months after distancing itself from her controversial social media posts.
The orchestra didn't offer a specific reason for its decision to dismiss Emily Scala on Tuesday, saying only that she repeated the conduct for which she had been previously disciplined. It comes 6 months after the orchestra publicly rebuked Scala for social media posts that questioned the safety of the coronavirus vaccine and the efficacy of face masks. Scala had been suspended and told the Baltimore Sun she was notified by phone Tuesday that she had lost her job of 33 years. Keith Peters reporting.
Much of Greenville, California, population 800, has been devastated by the fast-moving Dixie wildfire. The 3-week-old fire has grown to over 428 square miles across 2 counties in Northern California. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy. It's Thursday, everybody. We made it to Thursday.
Yeah.
Welcome to it.
Soak it in.
Yeah, enjoy. Day 2 of school.
Yep.
First full day, technically, I guess, for those that had early release yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know, does the whole district get that or just the elementary schools?
No, it's the whole district.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think it might just be elementary and middle.
The middle?
Because I don't know if high school actually does early release.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Not sure on that.
But don't quote me.
It does seem odd, though, that we started school on a half day. I mean...
That doesn't, for me.
No?
As a... because they've done it in years past where they go to school for, like, on Friday and they go back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They've done that move in the past.
And that seems very silly also. It's like, come on back, kids. Hey, have a good weekend.
So it doesn't surprise me much.
Really messes up your momentum. You're like, I was doing stuff. I was, like, building a popsicle stick tower. Now I got to go back to school.
Yeah. Well,
the tower will wait.
The grind or the routine, the new routine
Yep.
continues today. Really getting into that, trying to get better at it than you did yesterday. So good luck with that.
And they're still semi-enthusiastic about it, too. Like, the spark hasn't completely died yet.
Yeah, wait till Monday.
Oh, yeah. No, give it time. It'll happen. They're still in, like, pass out the syllabus and get to know each other days.
Yes.
Well, and names.
And you know what? I talking with my wife after day 1 of school, and one statement she made that is, I'm sure she is not the only teacher experiencing this, particularly for younger age kids.
Sure.
Like my wife teaches second grade.
Yeah.
Okay, so the kids that she's seeing are her second grade class this year had kindergarten, right? Sort of. I think in the end of your kindergarten year, probably got cut off
That's when everything was
from COVID.
Makes sense.
Pretty much most of last year was virtual for the most part, except for a couple months there at the end.
Right.
She's got a class that really has not a lot of experience in school. And so they just don't know how school works.
Right.
And so she, as a second grade teacher, where usually these kids kind of have the routine down by now, they don't.
Oh, yeah.
And so not only is she having to get them up to speed as second grade levels of education,
right,
but got to make
up with the books and also the routines.
And so I'm
crazy.
sure that this is extra hard, especially for the younger teachers of younger students that they, they don't have a lot of experience in school yet. You know, they just don't. And I mean, in kindergarten, first grade, that's kind of part of the territory because they're all new. But when they get to second, they're starting to have a routine in how school works. And they got to learn all that again, and or learn it for the first time in these cases, and add that to the 27 layers
to
of
the
stuff
already
that's going.
hard. I mean, the complication that is the first day of school. That's already complicated for teachers. I talked to a middle school teacher yesterday, actually. By the way, shout out Karen. And I said, "How was your first day?" And she just looked me in the eye and she went, "Dude, these teachers are basically coming out of war."
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah. So
crawling out of the foxholes.
Good luck. I think it will get easier once we all get in our routines and everything. You just got to get there.
Just got to get back to used to. This is how we were doing things before the pandemic. It's like everything feels harder now. It just feels like more effort.
Yeah, you're right.
And maybe it's because we're all breathing through masks. Maybe that's why. It just feels like it's more effort. It takes more to get what we used to get done.
Yeah. Speaking of masks, of course, they suspended the entire Floyd School Board for their refusal to comply with the governor's mask mandate. That's slippery territory right there. That's a slippery slope. I mean, it's one thing if these were appointed people that by the governor to do these things. These are elected officials. Yeah. These are people that were elected by the people to do a job, and now someone's basically changing that. Regardless of how you feel, whether the Floyd board is doing the right thing or the wrong thing, that doesn't matter.
Right.
What matters is what's going on there and how it's being reacted to. And that's the thing that should make everybody nervous, and pay very close attention to that, particularly when it's time for you to do something about it.
Right.
Like when you vote.
It sets an interesting precedent.
Absolutely. That's so, regardless of your thoughts on whether the Floyd School Board's doing the right thing or the wrong thing, that's to me, that's not the important issue. The important issue is how that's being handled. These are folks that, let's face it, they're elected to do this job, to run the district for Floyd, to make sure that school district is, and that's what the parents and residents of that community, that's the people they chose to do that. And now the governor, on what is a debatable legality anyway, is now suspended an entire board for that. That's
for taking on the will of the people.
That's going to be an interesting battle in courts and things. So.
I think, as soon as once this kind of works itself out, you're going to see an interesting wave of one thing or another, of either compliance or rebellion.
But my whole point is just, regardless how you feel in the mask, not the mask, wear it. That's not the part that worries me. The part that worries me is the fact that this is the reaction from it.
All of a sudden, that one can decide, I'm just going to do what I want.
There's a reason we have checks and balances, and this comes into question on some of that, to me, anyway. But we will see as that one shakes out a little bit more.
It should definitely make for some interesting watching for the next couple months.
Yeah,
for sure.
I have my opinions and thoughts, and that's what I'm going to do. But I'm always been a person that, I'm not going to tell you how to think. You think how you think. I give you the information, and you do what you want with it. I have my opinions, and if you ask them, I'll be happy to tell you.
Sure.
But I feel that you're grown people. You can decide whether you think's a good idea or a bad idea, and go from there.
It did make me chuckle, and I know this was probably just a screenshot, but it just made me chuckle, the face that the governor was making in that article that we posted on Facebook, because it looked like she was in the process of saying, "They did what now?"
Nah.
Like she had her mouth slightly agape, like, "Those sons of guns did what?"
Bring me my butt kicking mask. She has a lot
and
of
all of my turquoise jewelry.
I think she has a mask for a different. I got to get my game face on mask. Give me my game face on mask. She has like 37 because she remember when back in the days when we were doing the weekly updates or bi-weekly updates, it was like a mask fashion show for her. She's like, I got this mask from the Pueblo Indians, and they gave me this whole thing, and then I got this mask from. She's
got a gator that just says, "What time is it? Game time. Hoops."
I got this mask in Hawaii when I went there for Christmas. Oops.
Got that one when I knocked over the jewelry store.
Let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're going to start. We're going to replay an interview this hour. Liz from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce joined us yesterday, talking all about business after hours and ribbon cuttings and all kind of events and things coming up. Don't forget, this weekend is tax-free weekend, beginning tomorrow. Tax-free. So for folks getting school supplies and all that kind of stuff, I'm sure you can go to the state's website and find what exactly falls under tax-free and what doesn't. But that all begins tomorrow, by the way. So we're going to play our interview with the Roswell Chamber. Talking about the Chamber, that's what reminded me of that. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're scheduled to have the folks from Job Corps join us. However, I'm not sure if they're going to be in today. So if they don't make it, my backup plan is to play our interview we had last week with Nook from Asia Market. She's got this new soup. It's a dry and a wet-based. And you're thinking, what? It's an Asian thing, and it's worth it. It's really good. But it's on Saturdays. And we tried it here, and it's delicious. Matter of fact, last Saturday, I was right there at 11 o'clock getting me some more. So I wanted to play that interview for you. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Crystal Noble with the Roswell Humane Society will join us. She comes by once every couple weeks and gives us an update on pets available for adoption and all that good stuff. So she'll join us here about 9:15 this morning. Plus, we'll have all of your other features that include your local news, national news, town hall business updates, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do any of that, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks like the monsoon will be cut off for a little while, so we get sunshine today. Afternoon highs 90 to 95. Overnight will be clear with mid-60s and then warming up a little bit tomorrow. Looks like mid-90s for the whole area and lots of sun. Looking at the weekend, close to 100 on Saturday and Sunday, just over 100 and fair for Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, let me get to my weather here. Currently, 64 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 73%. Winds currently out of the north at 5 miles per hour. Sunny today. Expect a high of 91. Winds will be out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with an overnight low of 67 and east winds at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, a little bit warmer. Sunny, 94 tomorrow with south winds 5 to 10 in the a.m., 10 to 15 for tomorrow afternoon. Friday night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 69 degrees. Winds will be out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then for your weekend, it's going to be toasty. For Saturday, sunny and hot. Expect highs right near the century mark, 99 officially, with south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 69 degrees. Sunday, we're going to bust right through that century mark barrier. Sunny, high of 101 on Sunday. Mostly clear with an overnight low of 71 for Sunday night. And then first half of next week, going to be warm as well. 100 for a high under sunny skies on Monday. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high of 98. Looks like Tuesday night, Wednesday, the word rain enters the forecast again. There's a 20% Tuesday night and into Wednesday as well, but a little early to see how that is. We'll know how that shapes up as we get closer. All right, 7:17. Let's go ahead and take a commercial break here. And then on the other side of the break, our interview with Liz from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce. Don't go away.
The Chaves County Health Hybrid Expo is this Saturday, 9 to noon. This is your opportunity to be connected with healthy resources in your community. Visit the Chaves County Health Council booths at the Chaves County Courthouse and Chaves County Sheriff's Office, or visit Chaves County Health Council on Facebook for live and recorded informational videos. Make sure you grab your scavenger hunt form at either location to be entered into a drawing for great prizes. Don't miss the Chaves County Health Hybrid Expo this Saturday, 9 to noon. For more information, visit Chaves County Health Council on Facebook.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our original gold-rimmed homemade vanilla, the country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Walgreens stores and Albertsons United Supermarkets.
When you're not feeling well, the last thing you want to worry about is how soon you can get in to see your healthcare provider, or even finding a provider if you don't have one. Well, now you can feel better knowing that the Loveless Healthcare Center in Roswell offers same-day or next-day appointments for when you're not feeling well, or for checkups, annual exams, or any chronic issues that need attention. To schedule an appointment or to find a new healthcare provider, call 625-3222 today.
As a young teenager, my favorite running back was Walter Payton. For much of his career, he played on a team that was less than spectacular. He was often the best, if not the only option on the Chicago Bears offense. Over his career, he ran the ball for over 9 miles, an amazing accomplishment in the NFL. What's even more amazing is that he was knocked down by someone usually substantially bigger than him every 4 yards. Ever feel like that? You get going strong and wham, you get knocked down. In life, we have many moments where we're knocked down. Loss of a family member, betrayal by a friend, a recent breakup. We have a choice to make, to either give up or get up. Walter Payton would get up and be ready to do the same thing again, knowing he was going to get whammed. On Sunday morning at Country Club Road, we're going to talk about having the faith to get up after we've been knocked down. I hope you'll join us.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than just serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable. Serving part-time lets you attend school full-time while you take advantage of education benefits that can help you graduate debt-free. If a civilian career is your goal, serving part-time allows you to work at a full-time job. The skills, qualities, and contacts you'll develop in the Guard can open doors to a great civilian career. Want to serve but worried about being away from friends and family? Part-time service in the Army National Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want while you enjoy the many benefits of serving your community and nation. You owe it to yourself to learn more about how the Army National Guard can fit into your life. Visit NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, Liz is back with us. I was going to joke and say, see, Andrew sent the good one. I'm just kidding. They're both great. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. I know you guys have been busy over at the Chamber.
Yes.
Welcoming the world back to being the world again and having business after hours and ribbon cuttings and all kinds of stuff.
Magazine just launched.
It just dropped.
That consumed
I meant to
most
bring it
of
in.
our
I
life.
got it
I know,
Friday.
and I had a copy.
I got it Friday, and I kind of read through it. I didn't read like every article, but I kind of thumbed through it, and then I meant to bring it in Monday, and of course I've spaced the last 3 days now doing it. But yeah, I meant to get in here and talk because it got some great stories in there. If you haven't picked up and looked at, it should be in you should have got it probably. I got mine Friday.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, they started hitting mailboxes.
Yeah.
If you need copies, we are more than happy to deliver those to you, or you can come by the Chamber and pick them up.
Yeah, but if you have a mailing address in Chaves County, you should have gotten one.
Yes.
And then, of course, some people requested extras early, and hopefully you got yours. But like you said, if you want to get on that list, call the Chamber, and we'll get you on that list. But if you want one, in the meantime, swing on by. And again, this edition, I said episode, didn't I? This edition, folks, sorry, I'm a radio guy. This edition really spotlights heroes of Chaves County, unsung heroes of Chaves County.
Extraordinary people.
Yes, that's the official term.
Issue. I almost said episode.
But yeah, and so we talk about, in various circles around, obviously spotlighting all of our honor roll and valedictorians and everything in all of our local schools in there. Of course, some people in our community that's just been slowly turning the wheels for years and keeping things going.
There's an amazing article about Brad Houston in there.
Yeah.
Larry Hobson wrote that for us. It is great.
Article on our, speaking of Larry Hobson, People of the Year, Persons of the Year, I guess.
Citizens of the Year.
Yes, Barry Foster and Mr. Hobson. Matter of fact, they're on the cover.
They are on the cover. They are our cover guys.
Yeah, they made the cover.
They
Congratulations. Did. But yes, that magazine is out now. If you didn't get a copy, please swing by the chamber and we'd be happy to get you a copy. Yes. Or if you absent-mindedly threw it away when you were...
We have extras.
When you're dealing with all your car flyers and everything else that was in your mail that day.
And we're already starting. Well, we've been working on the next issue as this one was. So it's very, very time consuming.
Absolutely.
A lot goes into it.
And by the way, if you're now looking at your second copy of the magazine, our second edition, and you're going, man, this thing's really nice, I should be advertising in it.
Yes.
Please reach out to the chamber. We can make that happen and get
Call
you in.
us. We can make it happen. Members do get a discount if you decide to advertise. You do not have to be a chamber member to advertise.
This is true.
It is a perk because you get a discount, but non-members can advertise as well.
Absolutely. And if you'd like to be a member after that, then you're not obligated, but we'd love to have you too.
Yes, we would.
Also want to remind folks it does come out quarterly. So so we get 4 a year. So the next one will be here.
I think it's October it's supposed to drop.
Mid-fall time frame.
We'll say that's a good answer. Mid-fall.
Mid-fall.
I like that.
Frame. So look for it. Do we want to release the...
So the
theme
next
for that one
issue will be aviation and food.
All right.
So we'll be spotlighting some. We've got a lot of aviation businesses here in town. One of them's been here over 20 years. Barbara Baldwin will be featured in that issue.
Nice.
And then just different food places around town. So.
All right. And which ones would be good on an airplane?
Yeah, because you got to take snacks when you fly.
If you're going to do it to go or carry out on the airplane, which ones work best on the
travel
airplane?
Well?
That might be a good story.
That would actually be a very good story.
Thinking your saucy, sloppy things probably not so good.
Not so
Finger
much.
foods, hand things, sandwiches,
easy stuff.
Yeah, things like that might be good. But anyway, look for that edition here mid-fall. But there's a whole lot going on between now and mid-October.
There is. First thing coming up, so August 12th, which of course is a Thursday, we have Business After Hours. That is going to be at the Roswell Rest Stop Airbnb.
Oh, nice.
If you follow our Facebook page or you're on our weekly email, I will be putting out the address a little bit closer to the date. I do not have the address out there yet because it is a private residence also. So just follow us and you'll know the location.
But I would imagine you get to check out the Airbnb, see the amenities there, probably try a little food and try a little
food. It's a beautiful property. I went and toured it when I signed her up to be a member, and it is a very, very nice property.
So if you need a weekend getaway in town for yourself, or maybe you got family coming in and you want to give them an experience that ain't your house, which I understand.
You want to send them to a house, but not yours.
You want to get them home cooking, but not at your home. I get it.
So, or if you just you've got kids and you want to just stay the night somewhere nice and quiet,
escape.
That is a good option.
That's right. Leave the kids with a sitter and go spend the weekend as a couple. That would be an awesome
I've thought
thing.
about, leaving the kid and husband at the house and taking a night.
And to be honest, in the world of COVID, that's a great alternative. You know, obviously we're not as traveling as much right now, and let's be honest, the breaks we did get, we didn't get much of because COVID kind of shortened everything. And so, if you don't have the time necessarily to take a big trip, but you
just
need
want to get away.
You need to decompress and rest and recoup for a weekend. Airbnb in town is the best of both worlds. You don't have to, you get all the amenities of having someone pamper you for a day.
There's a pool, there's a hot tub. I mean, it's a beautiful property.
And then you'll have to worry about road weary, tiredness, traveling, or anything else. And if you forgot something, you can go right back to the house, pick it up, and bring it back with you.
So, and it's a great location. It's kind of downtown area, so it's walking distance to everything. I mean, it's just a really, really great
So
spot.
next Thursday, 1 week from this Thursday, the 12th.
Oh my God! Yes,
will be business after hours at the Airbnb there.
Then Friday the 13th, spooky. We have a ribbon cutting and re-grand opening for New Mexico Credit Corp.
Okay,
they are a small loan company. They are at 3107 North Main Street, Suite A. That starts at 12 p.m. They're going to have food, prizes, goodies. You can check them out if you're needing a loan because back to school drained the
Do they do
account.
like the title loans, those kind of things?
I
or is
believe
it more
they
of
do
the
signature loans, and I'm not sure if she does title loans also, but I know they do small signature loans.
What if you need a couple $100 or something like that?
$200.
That's what they do. Gotcha.
You know,
not like house loans or anything. but
no large mortgages or anything like that.
Gotcha.
But you know, just
you need
emergency
money to get to
popped
the next payday. Yeah, back to school, life happens.
Back to school, just anything that pops up. Go see Heather over at New Mexico Credit Corp.
The tire blows never at a convenient time. I know how that.
Yeah, all that fun stuff that hits all at one time. So that'll be Friday, August the 13th, and it starts at 12.
All right, so bring your lucky rabbit's foot just in case. Keep it in your pocket.
Yes,
this is the
sir.
13th. Stay away from ladders and black cats and all that.
Oh, you know that nothing bad ever happens on Friday the 13th.
Most times I agree with you. However, when I was 17, I got in probably my worst car accident. It was a Friday the 13th. It was my fault. I was a brand new driver, but this was in Maryland. I was driving my mom's Ford Tempo, which till the day she died, she gave me crap that
you wrecked her car.
I wrecked her 85 Ford Tempo, okay? But even like she had nicer cars later, and she's like, a Tempo. I was like, come on, man.
You ruined my Tempo.
Yeah. So, but it was a Friday, and it was a rainy day, and I just got my hair cut, and I was driving home on the back road, and the guy, which I was probably following a little too close, stopped short to turn a liquor store, and then I hit the brakes, locked up the car, and slid into the back of him, and I had to go to the hospital and bruise ribs and everything, and totaled the car. I was fine.
Did Mom ask if you were okay before she asked about the car?
I don't know for sure. I'd like to say no, but I cannot say that.
She was pretty mad about the car.
She was mad.
She was mad about the car.
But yeah, and that happened on a Friday, July 13th, 1990 was the date of that. So that's the only thing I've ever had happen to me on a Friday 13th.
I can't remember if I've had. I don't know. I don't. Nothing stands out on Friday the 13th. So I'm hoping this year goes smooth.
And that's the only thing. Like if you asked me any other time, I don't know. But
can't remember. But that one, that's a memorable one.
I went to the hospital. I remember because I bruised ribs. And of course, I had a bruise like the
from
seatbelt.
The seatbelt.
And this car didn't have an airbag. It was before airbag.
Pre-airbag.
Yeah, it was in that window when airbags weren't being used. Because they used to use them back in the 60s or whatever, and then they kept popping out on their own.
Randomly.
So they kind of went away, and then they brought them back in with the 90s era or whatever it was. Oh. But they had them for a while there. But anyway, different story. That so and of course it hurt to breathe. So that's why I remember for the next 3 days I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do because.
And then you have to sit up, don't you? Because you really can't do much.
Yeah, you lay down, it hurt. You sit up, it hurt. You breathe, it hurt. You talk, certain if you laughed, you're done. It was a rough couple of days. So that's the only reason I remember all that. But
good reason to remember though.
I'm a better driver now.
Yes,
that's why
you
I judge
are.
all of you people for your driving because I'm better at it now because I did my stuff when I was young. I got sidetracked.
I would like to say I am a better driver than I was back then. But I have my moments.
Yeah.
And now I have a teenager who's driving. So, of course, when she's driving, I'm like, watch where you're, stop, don't do that. Like,
Lord help us all. Yeah. You're going to.
So, yeah, I'm horrible when I drive with her.
Unfortunately, you're going to age a lot this next couple of years, especially with the kid on the road. That's
I have
just
a
an
feeling.
instant ager.
Even driving across the street to go to my mom's house, I panic. I'm like, oh my God. Watch where you're going. Look, wait, there's traffic. She's like, Mom, I know.
But is she at that point where you could literally get anything you want right now? She'll be happy to go get it for you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, she's loving and I told her, give it time, and you are going to hate when I ask you to do something.
I forgot cottage cheese. I'll get it. And they go run out and
like right now, she thinks it's awesome. I'm like, that's going to change very soon.
Will. So take advantage of that at least.
So that is the nice thing. I'm like, hey, go to Allsup's and eat a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, I'll go.
I'll go. Do you need anything else? She's like, oh, I forgot the bread. I'll be back.
Yeah, and it's amazing now that she drives how many times she needs to go and get a drink. She's like, oh, I've got to go to salon. I'm like, you just went 2 hours ago. Well, I would like to have enough. I'm like, how many drinks are you getting a day? And who's paying for it?
Yeah,
like,
right?
Oh, can I have some money too? And the car needs gas. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, now we get to learn the next step after getting your license.
Get a job.
A job. Yes. You like Sonic drinks? Maybe we could get a job there, and you got the drinks.
Get a job there.
You get a discount on them.
Well, she did say, because I was joking with her. I'm like, because she loves McDonald's.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know.
Oh, we know a guy. Might get her a job.
Yeah, we know a guy. She actually did a podcast for Nick Snowburger. So I told her, if you work at McDonald's, you get free McDonald's as an employee. So that kind of perked her in. Yeah. I heard that's one of the perks. So she was all about free McDonald's. She's
I do like doing radio, though, but I do love free McDonald's.
I know. I'm like, Andrea, maybe I could do part-time at McDonald's, and then I could feed my McDonald's habit.
I'll work 1 hour a week just for the free food.
Yeah, I'll do it just for the food.
I'll go in there and start raising, flip some burgers, and I'll see you next week.
I'll totally do the drive-thru. I don't know that I have the patience for the drive-thru. I don't know that I could.
I don't.
I don't think I would.
I will be yelling at people quick. When people do stupid things in front of me at a big rate of stupidity, I can't hold my tongue. It just it comes out.
So we know not to put you in the drive-thru.
Yeah, probably not.
We will put you in the back. We'll talk to Nick about that.
Better keep me on mop detail or something out of the public eye.
Something away from people.
Yeah. I'll be the guy that. You know what? I'll be the guy that helps load the boxes into the freezer at the end of the day.
There you go.
You don't do a lot of customers doing that.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with a lot of people, probably.
Although, they get a lot of stuff and they're stacked there by the drive-thru as they're bringing it in.
As you're coming around that bend and you see like 10,000 boxes.
And there's going to be one idiot who drives the wrong way into the boxes or can't follow instructions. And that person will get my
be on your shift.
Yeah,
and you'll have to say something.
Yeah, I'll have to say something. And my free food's gone. And it's all your fault for being stupid.
It wouldn't be your fault, Mike. It would totally be their fault.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to bring it back on track now. After Friday the 13th, what do we got going on?
So after Friday the 13th, the sheriff luncheons are going to start again in August.
Okay.
So we've got a date set for August 19th.
They usually run like the third Thursday of the month.
Yeah, third Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
So we tried to do July. It just didn't work out. We had the blood drive, and sheriff was busy.
He had a busy month as well.
Yeah. So we talked about August. So we've got it on the schedule for the 19th. If that does change, of course, I will put out an announcement immediately letting people know that has changed. But right now, it's August 19th.
Pro tip, RSVP.
Yes.
It does usually fill up.
Yes.
And people have been turned away in past because of, capacities of the building and things. So RSVP, and the sheriff is always very, you can talk to him about anything. He usually starts off, gives an update on what's going on, and then the floor is yours.
Yeah, and open to questions, and he's a straight shooter.
Yeah.
I mean, he will tell you exactly what you need to, he's not going to lie about it.
He's not going to
tell you
good,
what you
the
want
bad,
to
the
hear.
ugly, and he's honest with you. And by the way, you get free McDonald's food.
Yes,
so
you get free McDonald's.
Yeah. So lunch is covered, and come and sit with the sheriff. And does Charles, his undersheriff, come with him a lot too? So
a lot of times Charles is there, and then he'll have two other. Usually, there's about 3 or 4 of them that show up. So.
And usually, so if the sheriff directly doesn't have the answer, usually one of the either Charles or one of his other deputies has that.
Someone will have the answer. So.
Yeah. So
and then usually we start about 11:30. Come get your spot, grab your food, and then
it's about an hour, right?
It's about an hour.
Yeah.
So we're out of there by about 1:00.
Very good.
Unless you just have a lot of questions and
if it goes longer, it goes longer.
It goes longer.
And of course, if you have to go back to work, and do your thing.
Yeah.
It's not like, no, you cannot leave until.
Once you're here, you're here. No, we'll let you come and go.
Still a fry on your plate. You can't leave till that's gone. No, it's not like that. But it is a great way to sit and connect and talk with the sheriff and the sheriff's department.
Yes.
And please, RSVP and just kind of mark it on your calendars the third Thursday of every month at about 11:30. Again, this month will be on the 19th.
Yes, the 19th. So if you want to get on the list, just give me a call at the chamber, 623-5695, and I'll get you on the list, and we'll see you on the 19th.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a really cool. If you've never been to one, they're really a good opportunity. Just especially, I'm lucky. The sheriff pops in on the show, so I get to do all that anyway. Normally,
you're already in the loop.
Yeah, so I'm very fortunate. But in essence, you get that same opportunity with the sheriff on those Thursdays. So
and it's awesome because you can literally ask him anything, and he's going to tell you.
He's a upfront guy. He'll just tell you what's going on there. So very good. What else we got?
I know September we've got a couple business after hours on the book, so that again. Keep an eye out on our Facebook and our weekly email if you want to be in the loop on that.
Yeah.
So, but they are filling up fast. I do have spots available if your business is interested in hosting.
Okay.
But they are filling up fast. We were doing one every week through the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Now that school has gone back, we are just limiting it to 2 a month. So.
And these are far out events too. Mm-hmm. So if you're a chamber member and you've got a milestone next year coming up, whether it's so many years as a business or you've got a new part of the business or really or maybe just doing a grand reopening or whatever it is, it's not too early to start booking business after hours for 2022. I got to be honest, back in the heyday before COVID hit, they were booked like a year out.
Oh yeah, we had a waiting list. And those people would cross their fingers that somebody had to cancel because that meant they got to go in.
Yeah. So if your plan is like, well, in March we've got this coming up, or call the chamber now, get those on the books, get them because once world opens, and I think we're getting there now where it's going to start filling up quick again. So kind of get ahead of the curve a little bit and say, hey, next June's our 50th anniversary. We want to do a business after hours. Call the chamber and we'll get that scheduled and then talk specifics and plan the event accordingly because each one's customized to the business.
Yes.
And so, and it's all in your court where when I mean it's your chance to spotlight your business to the community.
However you want to promote it. I mean, it's totally, we're there to help you. We'll do your DJing and your MCing and all, but it's yours to do.
And obviously can give you suggestions on what works and what generally doesn't work at a business after hours. Because some people are like, well, I want to do this. I'm like, well, that's a great idea, but this isn't probably the environment for that. Let's do that at a different event. And they can help with all of that kind of stuff.
But generally, we're here to help you through it.
Generally, door prizes is a big thing. So if you got some door prizes. The cooler ones, the better. Food is always usually something very popular at these. So, and obviously, if you're a food establishment or one of those in the amenities business, you're going to want to spotlight your amenities and things here. But we get all kinds, from banks to restaurants to financial institutions.
We just did one at Clarion Inn. They had awesome door prizes. I mean, they gave away some good stuff. They gave away a TV. The food, they had Peppers come in and cater. Which they did pot stickers, and they make amazing pot stickers. So
to be honest, I've never had anything bad there. So everyone's like, they make amazing,
everything. They're amazing. So I could literally probably eat 200 pot stickers, and I'm fine.
Yeah. So you know what? I might be with you on that. Do you have a particular chicken, pork, veggie, or don't care?
I don't care.
I don't care either.
I'll fill up a Ziploc bag and I'll eat them cold. I don't care. That's my go-to.
If I was more less lazy, I would feel the same way about pierogies. You ever had a pierogi? It's kind of in the same family.
Okay.
But it's a Jewish instead of Asian.
Okay.
And basically it's you got the pot the pot sticker flour casing. But then in the pierogies, sometimes they stuff them with either mashed potatoes and cheese or potatoes usually. But I've seen others where they put other things in it, but generally it's potatoes.
Okay.
And cheese. And
you had me at mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and you cook them like you would pot stickers. You can bake them or fry them or whatever, and they're really good.
Anyone in town make them?
I haven't seen them in restaurants. They sell them frozen in the stores, but I've not seen anyone make them. But someone should.
I know.
Yeah, I've only seen them frozen around here.
I mean, who doesn't love mashed potatoes and then cheese? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Kind of like other knishes. You ever had a knish? That's another. It's in that same vein of a knish, but more bite sized, like a pot sticker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep a little bag and snack on them in my. I'm weird like that.
The only problem with them, and this is not a problem, is generally the size. They're almost too big for one bite, but too small for 2 bites.
So you kind of feel awkward.
Yeah, you kind of don't know if you want to eat a whole one or
you kind of break it in half because you don't want to look like a weirdo and shove it all in. Okay,
that's the only,
I can work around that.
Trepidation I have with the pierogi.
I get that figured out.
Maybe. Hey, anybody businesses out there, start pierogies at your restaurant.
Yeah.
I'll be your first customer.
We will test them for you.
I love pierogies.
I love food. I love to eat.
Maybe if you got a pierogi recipe and it's really good, we'll put it in the magazine for the next summer food, and then we're all going to learn about pierogies.
Yes, we do highlight recipes in the magazine, so I send it to me, and let's try it.
You know what? Why can't we make a green chili version? Like a potato, a green chili, and cheese in there? We'll call it a New Mexican pierogi.
That could work.
I think it's a fine idea.
I'll try it.
Carb City
Anybody
too.
wants
You'll
to
love
make
it.
pierogies and bring them to? I will try them. I will share them with Mike. Him and I will.
I think a green chili pierogi.
Him and I will
Cheese,
do that.
Potatoes.
We will take one for the team, and we will be the testers.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I want pierogies.
I know. I'm thinking about pot stickers right now. I'm like, maybe I'll call Peppers.
I ain't gonna lie. I love when I go to Farmers and they have the little pot stickers, little 8-pack or whatever.
Yeah.
I grab it every time. You're right. I don't care if it's vegetable, pork, or chicken or what. I just grab it.
I don't care what they are.
Yeah, I do it every
My
time.
husband's like, "You're gonna eat those cold." I'm like, "I don't care."
I generally microwave them. 45 seconds I've found is the
more
perfect
than that.
time. Then it's got the perfect, not too runny.
And if you overheat them, you're gonna pay for it when you bite into it.
Yeah. The best is to fry them or kind of do like bake them in a toaster oven or air fry them.
Air fryer.
Yeah, that's the best. But so who has that kind of time?
That's why I love that Peppers makes them because I can just have them make them for me.
I need to make them myself. Like I need to go out, like egg rolls. My wife's made them once or twice and great. But I don't know. You just don't.
Sometimes I'm too lazy. I'm like, God, do I really want to sit there?
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy eating them. Just the prepping, I think, is what turns me off.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
there's a lot of that's why DoorDash and all these other places are very, very making money hand over fist right now.
We're bad. When DoorDash came out, I am not gonna lie. Yes, it was horrible. It's like, God, I don't have to go anywhere. But now I have a kid that drives, so
now you got your own DoorDash.
She's like my little DoorDash.
Yeah. Well, we're Americans. Yeah. All of us love food. We're gluttonous and we're lazy. That's every single one of us. I don't care who you are or what. We all have that side in us. Every single one. I think it's Americans. Yeah. I mean, they like to throw it. I mean, humans in general. I know they like to just blame us Americans. Yeah, I've seen some lazy, fat French guys too. So don't hand that to me. It's not just us Americans.
It is not just us.
Of course, is there any more events, or we kind of get all those?
That covers August, and then September is filling up. So it's. Every day it changes.
Yeah. The best way is if you like and follow the Roswell Chamber of Commerce on Facebook or Instagram or if both.
Or both.
Yeah. That's probably the best way to kind of stay abreast on everything that's happening because that's constantly updated. And anytime there's a new event, boop, it gets put right up there. Yes. But chamber website as well. And then, as always, you can always come by the chamber at
come see us.
Office hours or 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, pretty much.
So we're open to the public from 10 to 4.
10 to 4.
That gives us a couple hours in the morning to the phones kick on at 10 o'clock. It's really cool. Our IT people were able to set that up.
I have a drinking problem, sorry.
I noticed that. I didn't want to say anything.
It went a little too heavy on the water drinking there.
So we noticed in the morning 2 hours of just the phone not ringing, the door not buzzing. Like, we can actually get a lot of stuff done in just those 2 hours. And then once 10 o'clock hits, that phone is pretty much nonstop until it shuts off at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool when you call in. IT has it set up. It's like you remember X-Files?
Mm-hmm.
So when you call, it kind of does that do-do-do-do.
Yeah.
So it's very alien-ish.
Nice.
So IT was excited. So
very
shout out to Sun State. They did that for us. They were like, so we picked this for you. I'm like, yeah, aliens, we'll go with it. Kind of our thing.
Very David Duchovny.
Yes.
Wonder what that guy's doing nowadays. I haven't heard from him in a while. Or the Gillian Anderson. I haven't seen much from her either.
Yeah, and I mean, we get tons of phone calls every day for just some weird. We had a lady yesterday call. She wanted to know where, I guess on the show Roswell, there's a crash site cafe.
Yeah.
So she wanted to know where it was, and I had to explain that, it is just on the TV show. She's like, well,
we used to have a crash site cafe.
I thought it used to
be. On 2nd. Yeah.
2nd and Brown Road way back in the day. It was like a truck stop restaurant.
Yeah. A diner-y style place. Yeah.
Kind of creepy looking, but yeah.
Yeah. It crash down cafe. Yeah.
Is that what it was? Okay.
And I think it came around, it was on around the time the first time Roswell was on TV. In the 90s
I want to say
2000s.
If I remember, because we moved here in 94.
Yeah.
And I want to say someone had bought it and they started like fixing it up.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of.
Well, it was like in the 2003, 2004. It was the Crash Down Cafe for a couple of years there, and then now it's the Thai place, Taste of Thai.
Oh, is it a Thai place? I haven't been out there in so long.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
And then that was around the time the first Roswell was on.
Okay.
Because they rebooted it here and it's on now. And so I don't know if the Crash Down Diner's in that one too, or just that first one.
I think it's in this new one.
Is it
the lady
also?
was
okay.
telling me, I was like, that's not here.
I would watch these, but I'm not a teenage girl.
Yeah, so I.
And that's really the market for that.
I'm more
that
into
show.
my husband gets so. He's like, really? We have to watch more murder stuff? I'm like, yes. I watched, after the first 48 and 48 hours. I'm always watching murder shows.
I get you. I'm a mark for those too.
Trying to plan my murder. I'm like, no, I'm not going to murder you. But I mean, if I wanted to,
Well, you want to freak them out one day? Watch one of those shows and just sit there with like a notepad. And then randomly just go back to watching the show.
I think the murder mystery stuff is better. Back in the day, my daughter and I, we always watched Lifetime when my daughter was little. We'd be on the couch with our box of Kleenex and we'd be watching Lifetime, and he'd come in there and we're both crying. He's like, why are you watching this? It's like, it's always the same. The husband's cheating, the wife murders him. Like, I can tell you what's going to happen. And
my nickname,
we've moved on.
My nickname for Lifetime was the Man Hater Channel.
Yes.
That was what I called it.
That
was the
is
Man Hater
basically
Channel.
what my husband called
all
it.
it was movies and shows about how men do awful things to women. That was all it was on that channel.
They hate on the men.
And I'm like, not all of us are like this,
Yeah, and he's like, it's the same movie, just different. I'm like, no, it's totally different. And now I'm like, okay, yeah, they were all pretty much
it's
the same.
pretty much this. Well, occasionally they'll make it based off reality. It's
Yes.
like a Ted Bundy type or something. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. He's like, what happens? I'm like, shh, I have to watch it anyways.
Yeah, I'm a bit Rubish like that, where like there's like 10,000 Ted Bundy things, and I'm like, ooh, a new one. I'm like, there's nothing new
Like
here.
we don't know what happened.
Yeah, he did all this, and it's not like there's new evidence that he
But
didn't.
some of them have different information that the other documentary didn't have.
There are slight
so-
variances.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But,
and then I compare them. I'm like, ooh, that wasn't in the other one. So yeah, I like true crime.
I just started watching the DeLorean thing on Netflix yesterday.
Oh, I haven't.
It was a new release. I don't know when it came out. I saw it yesterday. It's a mini series on John DeLorean and the car and how he went to tax and it's all Ireland and the Belfast and that's if he grew up in that era. And because DeLorean, it was a big deal in the 80s there, and the DeLorean, the car, and he was a Playboy
Back
type.
to the Future.
He was a Playboy type, and then, it all went south. But, yeah, so I'm starting to watch that. It's not my favorite one.
Not true. Okay.
There's others ones I like better.
When I come back in a couple weeks, if it hasn't gotten better, then I won't watch it.
Well, I'm 2 or 3 episodes in, and I'm like, it's
kind of slow.
It's interesting, but not that interesting.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like other ones, I'm like, ooh, this one's like, I can put it on the background, and I'm like, fine with it. I'll pick up a detail here and there. Okay. But
it's not one of those ones like during quarantine is when Tiger King came out, and I could not figure out what the big deal was. So I was like, okay,
that's a crack. Then.
I'm gonna watch this.
That's
and
crack.
My husband's like, we're not watching it. I'm like, So we watched the first episode. And then it was funny. He's like, no, we'll just keep. So we literally binge watched it all in one night. And I couldn't believe that we watched it, but we couldn't stop watching it.
It's because you can't believe those are real people.
Yeah. That's why I was just like, are you serious? Like, I mean, I know. Can I say crackhead on the radio?
I think I have several times.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, what a bunch of crackheads. So.
Yeah, that's why it's a train wreck that you cannot stop watching.
We could not stop watching.
Once you're down that slippery slope, it's no turning back.
We had snacks and drinks, and I think we only paused it long enough to go to the bathroom, and then it was right back to the TV. So
you're very wise to avoid it altogether, but pop culture won't let you because there's so many references. Even now, it's kind of dated out, but there's still the occasional.
I just
Tiger
had to
King
know.
reference.
I wanted to know what the hype was, and once we started, we just couldn't.
It's just a series of really.
I don't know. Like, where did they find those people? Like, how do you find each other?
I got a feeling they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, there's these communities of people just like that,
Crackheads.
and we're like, what is going on? Yeah.
I have a few by where I live, so.
We all got that.
We've all got those.
Awesome. Well, I just saw the time. We probably should wrap this up, and they probably got a bunch of things for you at the office to do.
I've got a stack of stuff to get back to.
But again, if anybody has any questions, don't hesitate. Call. What's the phone number for their office there?
575-623-5695.
Very good. 10 to 4, Monday through Friday.
10 to
call
4.
Anytime. Call there or office hours.
And if it's before 10,
leave a voicemail.
Just the door. If I'm there, a lot of times if we're there by ourselves, we do keep the door locked.
Sure.
Just,
security.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. It is right there on the main intersection, right there basically in the corner of Second Main. It's a block.
We're right across from the police department.
Yeah.
Can't miss us.
But it's a busy part of town.
Yes.
So a lot of foot traffic.
Very, very busy.
Yeah. Well, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
We'll see you here in a couple
And
weeks.
hopefully next time Andrea will be with Peggy and
come together.
We can harass her while she's here.
We can talk more food.
Yes.
Maybe she'll make some pierogies.
She should.
It's like, hey, work
I wonder
on
if she knows how
pierogi
to make
recipe.
those. We'll text her.
All right.
Watch, she's probably going to text me and be like, do not volunteer me to make pierogies.
Well, that's what happens. You took the day off. You get to make pierogies.
So I'll blame you. I'll be like, it was all
That's
mine.
fine. I can do that. I can take the heat.
Always a pleasure, Mike.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
State will step in to ensure a timely chili harvest after growers and producers raised concerns about an inadequate supply of labor. Morales said Wednesday that the state will funnel up to $5 million in federal pandemic relief money toward enhanced wages for laborers who harvest New Mexico's renowned green and red chili crop in the late summer and early fall, along with cabbage and onions as well. Some Republican state lawmakers this week urged the state to cut off its $300 weekly federal supplement to unemployment benefits. The state's largest public university will require students, faculty, and other workers to be fully vaccinated for COVID-19 by the end of September, while its second largest university will implement the mandate only for staff. The University of New Mexico mandate, announced Monday, is subject to limited exemptions. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Even if you don't drink or ever had a traffic ticket, you may have to prove to your next new car that you're not intoxicated before you can drive. I'm Kim Commando with the tech behind this, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. I mentioned a few days ago that a gigantic $2 trillion infrastructure bill is about to be passed. Buried deep within the 2,700 pages of this bill is a requirement that all manufacturers equip all new cars with advanced technology alcohol detection systems. If it detects alcohol, the car won't start. The breathalyzer industry and Mothers Against Drunk Drivers have been lobbying hard for this, even though drunk driving incidents have dropped drastically. So is this a waste of taxpayer money? Unless these systems will also detect marijuana and other drugs, you bet it is. Plus, it's a ridiculous burden to place on drivers who are always sober, which most of us are. Get more tech news at Commando.com.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get to where you want to go.
Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL and do more with modern devices and Windows 10 Pro.
Shaq Sports Hour. We're talking Monster Dogs, people. What's the biggest throwdown you ever saw? Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, my biggest throwdown is right now, Shaq. I'm about to throw down my printer.
Huh?
These dumb cartridges, they keep running out of ink.
Yeah, forget cartridges, man. Just go buy an Epson EcoTank printer. Comes with a ridiculous amount of ink.
What?
Do it. Do it now!
I love you, Shaq. Love you, EcoTank.
Love you too, EcoTank.
What about me, man?
That's all we have time for, folks. Sports Hour. Sponsored by Epson EcoTank. Just feel and chill. Available at Amazon, Best Buy, and Epson.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks like the monsoon will be cut off for a little while, so we get sunshine today. Afternoon highs 90 to 95. Overnight will be clear with mid-60s and then warming up a little bit tomorrow. Looks like mid-90s for the whole area and lots of sun. Looking at the weekend, close to 100 on Saturday and sunny, just over 100 and fair for Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. Growth in the U.S. services sector, where most Americans work, increased to a record pace in July, even as businesses continue to face supply chain challenges and problems in finding enough available workers. Service sector industries ranging from restaurants and bars to trucking companies and hotels are facing many of the same problems, but have been aided by strong demand that has helped them surmount some of those issues. The New York International Auto Show has become a casualty of the fast-spreading coronavirus Delta variant. Show organizers said Wednesday that they have decided to cancel it this year. On Wall Street, the Dow lost 323 points to 34,792. The Nasdaq gained 19 to 14,780, and the S&P 500 dropped 20 to 4,402. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Talk about local color. Your trees are supposed to be green, not yellow. Hello, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. While we've been talking about our colorful geraniums, I've been noticing a lot of yellow trees around town, particularly those globe willows. It may come as a shock to you, but those trees are supposed to be green. If you have yellow trees, come see us at Roswell Seed Company. We have a fix that's fast and easy and doesn't cost very much. Remember, it's okay to have yellow flowers, but not yellow trees.
You've slouched on it. You've slept on it. You've sheltered in place on it until it's worn out. Now it's time for new furniture from Glenn's. Like a breath of fresh air, Glenn's will brighten your home with beautiful new furniture you'll be proud of for years to come. And at Glenn's, everything is ready for immediate delivery. So reopen your life and refresh your home with a trip to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The catfish has over 27,000 taste buds. Do you think they prefer fried or blackened? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:59. Stay tuned. Next hour, we originally scheduled to have the folks from Job Corps, but I think they have to reschedule. So probably won't have them. But if they do, then awesome. We'll talk to them. But as the backup there, Nook from Asia Market joined us last Wednesday, and we talked about their new soups that are available on Saturdays. They are good. I went Saturday and got me some more. So we're going to play that interview next hour for you here. Town Hall News is coming up next. Well, man, that soup is good. I'd go for some more right now. We'll be back on the other side of Town Hall News here. Don't go away. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Man, I'm hungry. I didn't realize I was, but now I am. I just said it. Here's news.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Denouncing any attempt by the feds to create what he describes as a biomedical security state, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis with a message for President Biden.
Why don't you do your job? Why don't you get this border secure? And until you do that, I don't want to hear a blip about COVID from you. Thank you.
Mr. Biden has blasted DeSantis and some other GOP governors for their response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The president's stand conveyed by White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
If you are not going to be a part of the solution, if you're not going to be a part of saving people's lives, then get out of the way and let other people do the job.
This at a time when illegal aliens, an unknown number of them carrying the coronavirus, continue to surge across the border into the U.S. The administration has been putting them on buses and planes bound for communities around the country. The overwhelmed border city of McAllen, Texas, has had to set up an emergency shelter for the migrants who, according to the city, have been abandoned by Customs and Border Protection. A drive toward more electric vehicle sales in the U.S.
The Biden administration wants automakers to raise gas mileage and cut tailpipe pollution between now and model year 2026. And it has won a voluntary commitment from the industry that electric vehicles comprise up to half of U.S. sales by the end of the decade. The moves are big steps toward President Biden's pledge to cut emissions and battle climate change as he pushes to shift the nation away from internal combustion engines to battery-powered vehicles.
As correspondent Mike Hempen. The number of Americans applying for jobless benefits dropped last week by 14,000 to 385,000. Wall Street, the Dow is up 166 points, the NASDAQ 59 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
We call him Willy Wonka. He's a chocolate lab. His belly itched, and he would actually lay in the grass and scoot across it to scratch. And Sheba, his sister, she scratched at her ears real bad, and she shook her head so much, she wound up with cauliflower ears.
DINOVITE.com. Dinovite is nutrition.
When we first got the Dinovite, they cleaned the bowls up real good. Her ears, they're a whole lot better. Wonka, his belly, it's all really cleaned up. He flops over and lays on his back and just kicks his legs, and I call it his happy dance. They look good and even smell good in between baths. You should give your dogs Dinovite before something happens. And that's kind of like preventative maintenance.
Dinovite for life.
It makes them healthier and happier.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
And your dogs will love it just like mine do.
DINOVITE.com.
Israel has carried out airstrikes on southern Lebanon for the first time in 7 years.
Israel's launched a robust response to yesterday's rocket attack on the Golan Heights. It's not yet known who was behind the firing of 3 missiles from southern Lebanon, 2 of which struck Israeli territory, but most, including Israel's defense minister Benny Gantz, suspect Palestinian factions acting with or without the knowledge of the Lebanese organization Hezbollah, which is backed by Iran. The rocket attacks came as Lebanon commemorated the first anniversary of the port explosion in Beirut, which killed more than 200 people. No one was injured in the attacks or the retaliation, but the development will do little to calm what many fear are rising tensions in the region.
That's BBC's Jenny Hill. Tokyo reports just over 5,000 new daily coronavirus cases, hitting a record since the pandemic began, as the infections surge in the Japanese capital, currently hosting the Olympics. News and analysis, townhall.com. Well, along with just about everything else, the cost of keeping baby comfortable is going up.
Parents of newborns are feeling the pinch of higher costs for diapers, but the inflation rate is about to send prices even higher. Just 2 companies, Kimberly-Clark and Procter & Gamble, control about 80% of the U.S. diaper market, and both already have announced price hikes. But since diapers are derived from wood pulp, the surge in wood prices may soon boost the cost of Huggies and Pampers as well. Ken Lorman reporting.
Much of the small town of Greenville, California is no more. It's been wiped out by the fast-moving Dixie wildfire. That 3-week-old blaze has grown to more than 428 square miles, burning across 2 counties in Northern California. Once again on Wall Street this hour, the S&P is up 16 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Go guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Buenos Thursday, everybody. Hope all of you are having a delightful day so far. It's Thursday. Yeah. Close to the weekend.
Doggone right.
And I think after today and tomorrow, you'll be ready for the weekend, especially after school week and everything else.
After this incredibly long school week we've had, kids are going to be ready for a break.
Well, living on a wing and a prayer, you're halfway there. Because you had yesterday, you got today, tomorrow, and then the weekend's over.
Yep, yesterday was lemon on a pear day. You're more than halfway there today.
Yeah, wing and a prayer, lemon and a pear, wherever that thing
I was told the aquatic center is going to start doing weekday hours through September.
Okay.
4 to 7 p.m.
Okay.
So for people who want to take kids
so you got another
school,
month or so to get your weekday swimmers in.
So that's basically how I'm incentivizing my kid to have a good day at school. I'm like, look, you do your part.
Yeah.
See what I can do.
We can make the swimming festivity happening later. Well, good.
Yeah.
Got to dangle the carrot sometimes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Balls in your court, dude.
Well, I mean, you need to do it to adults, too.
Oh, right.
I mean, all right, if you get through work today, you can go home and watch your TV show or whatever it is. It's no different.
Dude, you know what? It's funny, too, how excited I get about those little things. Like, I'm going to go home and watch wrestling tonight.
I'm less of it now than I was younger.
Yeah.
Like I was, or younger, like because I grew up where I'm TV schedulized. You know, I mean you have too, but I'm much more so than even you are than compared to a generation behind you. But so I've always been like, I remember the days of like, ooh, the Mole comes on tonight. I can't wait for the Mole.
Right.
I love the Mole.
That was a weird show, dude.
I was a mark for the Mole, especially the first two seasons.
Before it went all celebrity Mole.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it was like the normal people, I was okay with it.
First time, and they had, what's his name from CNN hosting it?
Was it wasn't Anderson Cooper, was it?
Yeah, it was Anderson Cooper.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the original host. And even before Stephen Baldwin didn't, I know he was like celebrity player, and then I think he became the host for a while. But yeah, Anderson Cooper was the original host. This is long before CNN days,
right?
And I loved that show.
It was definitely an interesting concept that one person is working against the rest of the team.
And this is how sad I remember this. It premiered after the season 2 premiere. Of Survivor, which was after the Super Bowl.
Which I remember. That's the season I started watching because I was in the Australian outback.
Yes.
I had a thing for Elizabeth for the longest time.
She went on to go to do The View. And
yeah.
I don't know what she's doing nowadays. But
she's probably still married with kids. I don't know. But yeah, I had a massive thing for her back in the day.
Yeah.
No, this is how sad I am.
And he wanted an Aztec, weirdly enough.
Dude, for real, I did.
The Big Brothers Big Sisters just sold theirs.
With the tent.
Should have bought up on it.
The whole tent.
And theirs was yellow.
Ooh, nice.
The yellow beast.
The classic color. No, this is how sad I am. I'm so schedulized to TV that I am of the generation that remembers that at 5 o'clock every weekday on Fox, it would always air 2 episodes of The Simpsons. Back to back. That's my generation.
And I also remember when like Fox debuted as a network.
Oh, yeah?
Like I remember.
It was like all they had was like Tracy Ullman Show and Married with Children, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Married with Children was groundbreaking compared to other shows of its like. There was no other show on television at the time.
Yeah.
Everything was Cosby-like, and like,
a family, and we all learned something.
Yeah, and there was a warm fuzzy at the end, and then there was Married with Children, which was none of those.
There's no lesson to be had here. And if you pick something up from it, that's on you.
I mean, the daughter is, let's just call her, she's friendly to a lot of people. I mean, the boy, he's a hot mess.
I like that. I think that it launched the concept of as soon as a character walks in on screen, you hear from the crowd, because that was a big thing.
All I want to know, and this is the story I've failed to, and I know they played poor and didn't have nothing the whole time, but that's a pretty big house, and they had a car, they had the Dodge, they had 4 people and a dog, and he was a shoe salesman.
He worked at a shoe store.
She was unemployed. How did they pull that off?
TV magic, my friend.
I'm just saying, even the best of shoe people ain't making that kind of money.
Do you want to talk about how the friends from Friends were able to afford their opulently appointed Manhattan apartments?
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
and only. And some of them barely had jobs. Like Phoebe barely had jobs.
No, that's the thing. They never showed the jobs they had.
Yeah.
Phoebe was a musician.
Well, Chandler had a job, but you never knew what it exactly was.
Right.
And that was it was an office, and they never. And everyone time, what's Chandler do? I don't know. That was kind of the whole running joke.
Monica worked at a restaurant, so that's an arguable that maybe she could have made enough money.
What's his name was a professor. I mean,
yeah, Ross was a docent and a professor. That works.
Joey was an actress.
Rachel worked in fashion, but he wasn't a successful actor.
Well, he was Dr. Ray Romorion's a soap opera. That was pretty big.
That's true. I think the one that just doesn't make sense is Phoebe. It's like,
yeah, because she was a masseuse.
Of course, then again, they only show her place like twice, and it wasn't as nice.
Her and Rachel lived together for a little bit.
Did they?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the early episodes they were roommates. I think for a while.
Oh, okay.
There. Yeah, they were roommates for a while, or maybe it was in the middle. I don't know, but they were roommates for a while.
Huh.
They flip-flopped around. Because most of the time Rachel lived with Monica, but before Rachel lived, or there was a time where maybe it wasn't the beginning, because she moved in with Monica, and then somewhere during the run of the show, she was in with Phoebe for a little bit.
I think they at some point just put everybody together, every combination of the
Joey
friends.
and Rachel lived together towards the end.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Briefly, for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've watched too many Friends, all right.
It's one of those you can just go back and pop on again.
But at least that one, I'm like, okay, there's a collective group of friends. They figure each other out. And they've talked about when they were broke at time, because there was one episode where like Rachel, Ross, and Chandler had all the money because they had jobs. And then Phoebe, Joey and Rachel were broke, and there was like Ross's birthday or something, so they all wanted to go to this concert, like a big concert, like whoever was big at the time, like Dave Matthews or something.
Right.
And
DMB.
and then they wanted to go to like a fancy dinner, and then of course the other three grumbled because like, dude, y'all just say this stuff. We don't have any money, and all. Then they have an awkward dinner.
You guys, you remember way more Prince than I do. You really were a watcher, weren't you? I remember like Pivot and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but you remember details.
I am a product. I was raised by television. I'm a Gen Xer. I grew up in the 80s, and our babysitters were TVs, and we watched a ton of it. And this is the stuff that rattles around in my dumb brain, which makes me pretty good at radio. Nothing else.
It's actually funny you mentioned the whole Gen X thing, because somebody pointed this out, now I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Luke Bryan, the country singer, Luke Bryan, take a look at him next time you get a chance. He looks just like Butthead.
Does he?
Just like Butthead.
All right, I got to look at that.
It's crazy, like the hair, the kind of upturned lip a little bit. I can't unsee it.
Well, the funny you say that because, again, I'm a mark for a lot of those stories on Facebook, like 40 people that da-da-da, and then you click on them, and I do every time. As long as I can scroll instead of click next, I'm in.
They know how to get you, too, because they put the really good pictures in the montage at the beginning.
Well, one they keep hitting me with is celebrities or people, not celebrities, people that look like either cartoon characters or other things.
I've heard they look like things.
And there's a girl that looks like Butthead. I mean, they put her next, and she's got the jaw lines the same with that teeth out and the whole, and the hair's the same, and you're like, wow, and the nose is even the same Butthead nose. Right. It's really weird.
Hey, Butthead, do you think we'll ever score? I will, but
and this was a female. Braces, the whole nine. It looked, and I know she hammed up the picture and did the whole, stuck it out for it, but man, you're like, wow, you do look like a real life version of Butthead.
Not something to aspire to. Hair lip Steve over here.
Yeah. So maybe she should say she looks like Luke Combs.
There you go. Yeah.
No. I look like Luke Bryan. Sorry, Luke Bryan.
No, that's okay. I mix up my Lukes all the time, too.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Luke Duke, it happens.
The real Luke.
That's right. The original.
And actually, Bo's better, but that's...
Not to take anything away from, Bible Luke. Like he was maybe the OG.
Yeah, but my world...
He was just Luke.
Again, I grew up in the age of TV. My world, Luke Duke.
Nobody ever mentions that, but the guys in the Bible really were sticking strong with the whole, like, one name thing. Like, they were doing it before Madonna was. You had Paul, Luke, John. Who's that? Oh, that's John.
Maybe their last names just didn't make
John
the Bible.
what? Just John.
The Baptist.
No. That's he earned his name.
Well, I'm just saying maybe that name just that last names weren't relevant to the story.
It's your first name and then whatever you do. Luke, the toilet cleaner.
Well, and just think about it. Would Madonna be as famous if she was Madonna Johnson? I mean,
maybe not, but I definitely remember it.
Or whatever her name is.
Madonna Johnson.
Madonna Smith. I mean, what are you going to do? I don't think we're going to have the Job Corps folks today.
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
So what we've got lined up is Nook from Asian Market joined us last week, and we ate delightful soups that I can't pronounce. They start with a B. And there's a dry version and a, I'll just say non-dry version, because wet version does not sound right in my head. And they are delightful. Matter of fact, she does them on Saturdays. And Saturday, 11 o'clock, I was like, because they open at 11 on Saturdays, I was like, we're going there. And sure enough, like 11:05, I was there. And Nook's like, hi, Mike. I was like, she goes, you here for soup? I was like, you betcha. And I got a whole quart of the dry.
Yeah.
And my wife went chicken fried rice, which, it's great.
Yeah,
it's great. But she got the soup. And we had a delightful Saturday late afternoon. Because I didn't eat it right away. I ate it later in the day. But
I'll be honest, the more I went back and thought about it, dude, I'm craving some of that the wet.
Yes.
Some dumplings. Oh, those are good, man.
Yeah. Well, they got the dumplings in the dry too.
Yeah, but I don't know that there's something about the hardiness of the
Pro tip though, if you're going to eat straight out the container, which I'm a savage and I did.
Sure.
Mix it up thoroughly. Otherwise, you're going to eat a lot of bean sprouts at the end because it was the bottom, and I'm going through. I was like, man, now it's all bean sprouts. Where's the dumplings at? So I accidentally ate all the meat at the top first, and kind of.
I'm weird. I'm curious if you do this because I do this. Do you set up your meals so that you save a good bite for the end?
Sometimes, yes,
like,
I do.
Where you like save just like a piece of like I'll save like a whole meatball and like a spaghetti and meatballs, just so I know that last bite's going to be one of the best.
I do that all the time, yeah, because I'll like have meat or whatever. I'm like, okay, I got a little vegetable left. Like I'll meat here. I'm going to eat the vegetables now, and then save it so my last bite is that piece of meat. I do that in my head all the time. Or like in a sandwich, like if there's 2 bites left in a sandwich, I'm like, oop, one's all crust, one's all meat. I'm eating crust first, then I'm eating the meat.
Right.
Yes, I do that.
It probably takes away from the experience or the enjoyment of it because I'm so focused on making sure that last bite is there. But that last bite, man, satisfying.
Yep. So we're going to talk food with Nook. Oh, by the way, Nook at Asian Market is looking for employees.
Oh.
She's got immediate openings available. Unfortunately, she's got no cooks. She's got the cooking covered. She's cooking.
She does all the work.
The Nook's cooking. Okay. Nook's cooking. But she does need help with wait staff, sales, and cashiers for both the store and the restaurant side. So if you'd like to work there at Asian Market, and I got to imagine you got to be a guinea pig, right? Because Nook, she likes to try things, and then she's got to try them on people. I mean, her family probably gets tired of that after a while. I mean, I wouldn't, but I imagine employees get to try these things. That's got to be a perk.
Yeah, you're in research and development at this point.
Yeah, R&D.
Doggone right.
But you must be friendly and you must be hardworking. If you have any questions or anything, swing on by Nook's Asian Market, 5702 South Main here in Roswell. They are an equal opportunity employer. But yeah, she's got cooking down, but she does need help with wait staff and sales and working the cashier for the market side and store as well too. So 5702 South Main, just as you're going towards the base, the college, that way, heading down South Main, you'll see it on your right, big blue sign. It's far south. Go down there and you'll see it. All right, it is 8:19. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks like the monsoon will be cut off for a little while, so we get sunshine today. Afternoon highs 90 to 95. Overnight will be clear with mid-60s and then warming up a little bit tomorrow. Looks like mid-90s for the whole area and lots of sun. Looking at the weekend, close to 100 on Saturday and Sunday, just over 100 and fair for Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 69 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 63%. Winds currently out of the north at 6 miles per hour. A little warmer today, but not as warm as it's going to be. Sunny, high of 91 today. We'll call this a transition day. How about that? Winds will be out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight low of 67. East winds at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, warming up a little bit more. Sunny and 94 tomorrow. South winds 5 to 10 in the morning, 10 to 15 for tomorrow afternoon. Friday night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 69 degrees and south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then the sweltering heat that is our weekend. Saturday, we're looking at sunny skies, a high near 99 or near 100, 99 officially, with south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 69 degrees. And then Sunday, we're going to blow through the century mark there. Sunny, hot, 101, the expected high on Sunday. And Monday, when you head back to work and school, sunny, hot, high of 100. And then we'll be upper 90s for Tuesday. Looks like slight chances of rain Tuesday night into Wednesday with highs in the mid-90s on Wednesday. So enjoy your 90 today because we'll be pushing 100 and blowing through 100 by this weekend. All right, it is 8:21. Time to take a quick commercial break, and then our interview with Nook from Asian Market on the other side. Don't go away.
The Chaves County Health Hybrid Expo is this Saturday, 9 to noon. This is your opportunity to be connected with healthy resources in your community. Visit the Chaves County Health Council booths at the Chaves County Courthouse and Chaves County Sheriff's Office, or visit Chaves County Health Council on Facebook for live and recorded informational videos. Make sure you grab your scavenger hunt form at either location to be entered into a drawing for great prizes. Don't miss the Chaves County Health Hybrid Expo this Saturday, 9 to noon. For more information, visit Chaves County Health Council on Facebook.
Maybe your AC unit needs a little tender loving care. If you don't know where to turn, then you don't know Jack. Fergalicious. In fact, they're downright funky. Fergalicious. Let the boys at Fergie's Plumbing and Heating get your AC unit ice cold, just like some of my lady friends. Don't let any fool make you lose your cool. Fergie's Plumbing and Heating. If you don't know Fergie, then you don't know Jack. 632-2660. Fergalicious.
Have they found you yet? They're always looking.
They work 24 hours a day. They're underground operators, so you probably won't see them coming. They invade 5 million American homes every year. They're looking for yours right now. Termites. They cause more damage than tornadoes, fires, and earthquakes combined. They eat unprotected homes from the inside out every minute of every day. And most homeowners' insurance doesn't cover termite damage. Don't wait until termites find you. Get protected now with the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System with always active technology. The system provides continuous daily protection against termites, killing termites today and protecting your home in the future. Termites are always looking. That's why the Centricon system is always active.
To learn more about the Centricon system, call Bob Reed Pest Control at 623-5344 in Roswell and 877-623-5344 for all of Southeast New Mexico.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning, Nook from Asian Markets back with us. Good morning. Joining us in studio this morning, Nook from Asian Markets back with us. Good morning, Nook.
Good morning, Mike.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing very good, and we brought a special guest along as well.
Yes, sir, we do.
We probably need to move that microphone down for you, but this is Abby. How are you doing, Abby?
Good.
Good. How old are you?
7.
7? Okay.
Like a lady.
Now, and this is your daughter.
Yes,
right?
this is my daughter.
This is your daughter. So now, do you like your mom's cooking?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing your mom cooks for you?
Pad Thai.
Pad Thai?
Yes, sir.
Do you like what do you like in yours? Do you like just regular? Do you like meat or in it? Do you like chicken?
I like extra chicken.
Extra chicken. All right. So would you eat pad thai every day the rest of your life? Uh-oh.
Sorry.
The alarm's going off.
Sorry.
But would you eat pad thai if your mom was making you pad thai and that's the only thing you could eat the rest of your life, would you be happy with that?
I would get bored with it, but it would be okay.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite food that's not your mom's cooking?
You better like what I cook, Abby.
Now, other things, I mean, like if mom's busy at work cooking and dad takes you guys out to dinner, where do you want to eat? Like, what do you like? Pizza or chicken nuggets or
chicken,
steak or fish, spaghetti, tacos?
I don't know.
I don't know. She's like, I just eat mom's cooking. That's all I do. That's all I do, and that's all I need to do. But, of course, I needed to ask, Nook. I know the rains did affect you guys back a month or so ago. How did you guys, I'm assuming everything's back to normal now, but I know it flooded the store there, and you guys had to do a little bit of cleanup and everything. Is everything okay now, or are you guys still dealing with that?
Yes, everything okay now. On that time, we got flood 3 times in a row.
Oh.
It's coming like surprise, 3 in the morning.
Oh, man.
And then it's going down by 4, like 3, 4, something like that. I start to clean. I said, it's not going to come up again. I go back to bed. 8 o'clock in the morning, my neighbor called, hey, no, how's your house? I said, oh, no, I run out and, oh, my God, what I have work is just gone.
Oh, man.
So it's 3 times. So we have to close the whole week. For that just
to
for
keep
that
it
flood.
clean but good news is everything's back now.
Yes.
And knock on wood, we're not dealing with some flooding anytime
hopefully
soon.
not again.
It's literally when it rains, it pours. I mean, it was literally the saying, the old saying.
I think it's a water from somewhere else. A rain from here, it wasn't. I don't think it's gonna cause that much. If it rain from here, it's gonna go somewhere else, right?
I told people, you know those movies, Freaky Friday, where the people like wish in a fountain or something, and they switch. So now, like, the one's in the other person's body. You ever seen those movies? Okay,
no.
They've got a couple of comedies. And I said we Freaky Friday with Portland and Seattle. Because Seattle, at the time, they were getting record-breaking heat, like 105 and sun. and we were getting inches and inches of rain here, and so it's like they stole our weather and we stole their weather.
We switched places.
For a minute
The
there.
switch, back and forth.
Yeah. So now, for folks that have never been to Asian Market, it's located on Main Street, South Main, like
Yes,
you're going
sir.
towards the base. Look for the big blue sign
Yes,
there.
sir.
It'll be if you're heading south, like towards the airport and the base and the college. It'll be right there on your right. Can't miss
The
it.
right hand side.
Yeah. The front part of the building is the market side,
Yes.
and that's where you can buy.
All the ingredients,
yeah.
all the stuff that you need. If you want to cook an Asian dish,
Yeah.
even not have to be an Asian dish. I think you can
Use an Asian ingredient.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can improvise my Asian ingredient on even on your American meal,
Yeah.
on your Mexican meal, or even another country.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's you carry spices and
Yes.
products and things from all over Asia. Some of it's
Yes.
Thai influence, some of it's Japanese or Chinese,
Yes.
some
Philippines,
of it Philippine,
China,
yeah.
Vietnam,
Yeah.
something like that.
It's all it's all from all countries of Asia. There,
Yes, let's say it's all in one.
yeah, and these are all products from there, and
Yes.
so if you're looking for things that, let's face it, just aren't on our shelves in grocery stores around here, you know, like the like if you want soy sauce,
Oh, we
yeah, you
got
can
a
get soy
ton.
sauce, but you have like a whole lines of soy sauce, so it's not just the one Kiko Man one you get at the store. You've got
I got Kiko Man too.
yeah, you got that one too. But then
Oh,
you got,
I got you
10 others.
covered.
Yeah, you got all of that.
I'll give you another prime example. I was walking through Asian Market and I found a bottle of white pepper.
Yes.
I hadn't tried white pepper in cooking before that point because it's so expensive, and you find it like at the store. You get such a small thing for like $5-6. This thing was like a liter of white pepper for for like $3-4, and so I got it, and I still to this day have that container and use it in almost all my.
I got two sides of them. I also got a black pepper. It's got the whole round
Oh, the peppercorns.
and then the grind.
Okay,
grind
so
one.
if you like to pre-grind your own
Yeah.
or grind them yourself, you can do it
Oh
that
no,
way.
I can't do it, everything all by myself.
She
So
can
I
buy
just-
no, but if you personally like to have your own grinded
Right,
pepper,
right.
you can buy
You-
the whole pepper from
Yes,
you.
exactly.
Yeah.
I got white pepper and black pepper is in whole and is already grinded.
Okay.
So if you don't want to do it yourself,
sure,
buy the one already grinded.
Some people think it's fresher that way. I don't. I don't.
I
My
used the
palate.
grind one already.
My
so-
palate's not sophisticated enough to tell the difference.
I had a friend who used to sit there and just like munch on handfuls of peppercorns.
Oh no, man.
He was a weird guy, but yeah, he was.
I was sneeze so bad.
Yeah, that don't sound right.
Something wrong with Sean today.
What news? My friend. It's totally a friend.
My friend.
Yeah. I go around telling all my stories about my friend.
But so when you're done shopping, you can head on to the back of the rest of the building, and that's where you'll find Asian Market, the restaurant.
Yes, sir.
And that's where Nook prepares all of your dishes from like if you want pad thai.
Yes.
I tell everybody best fried rice I ever had is at Asian Market. But you want to go. You want to go, like General Tso's chicken. You've added that
that's
to the menu in the
fine.
last year. Soups and things, and
Yes.
you're always kind of adding things to the menu, different salads and
I
things.
add a little bit of thing because you can't add it all in one. You
Sure.
have to think about your prep time. And with your shorthand, you know, not have many help. And then you're going to do something you're going to have to plan on.
Sure.
Not have to be so much, not to overload.
Well, and that's where probably because you started doing more soups and things too,
Right, right.
and those allow you to do that because you make a soup. You don't make a bowl of soup.
No,
one's ever made a
no,
bowl
no.
of soup before in their life. You make a big pot
And
of soup.
it takes some time to make a soup. Like I
Sure.
told you on the last time.
To
I
make it
come
right.
here.
Yeah.
Yes. So I bring it today. Actually, I got 3 soup.
Three soup.
Listen, 2 soup and one dry noodle bowl.
Okay.
In my menu, but it will be only on Saturday.
Okay, those are soup Saturdays.
Saturday soup.
Soup
Nice.
Saturdays. Okay.
Yeah.
Soup and sandwich set.
Yes. It's kind of like I will start off on the Saturday first.
Okay.
But it's been the 5 Saturday already that I started. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And then later on, I might add it on in another day.
Yeah.
It depends on how it's going, how the customer requested.
I imagine too when the weather gets cooler,
Yeah.
you're gonna. But more people want soups when the
Yes,
weather's cooler
yes.
too. I think.
Probably gonna be 1 more or 2 more days
Yeah.
in a week. not just on a Saturday.
Sure.
But we have to see the feedback too. Not,
Absolutely. Yeah, if people don't respond to it, then you're not going to keep making that.
Yeah. It's a lot of work on that.
Well, I know I know enough to know that everything I've had that you've put out has been delicious, so I'm not really worried about what it is and how it is. It's going to be just fine, because if it's not good, it would have never made it this far to begin with from your kitchen or anything like that.
Thank you so much, Mike.
And another thing, too, about the market I wanted to mention is not only do you have the spices and things, but the equipment. So if you always want to make your own sticky rice or roll your own sushi, you've got all the equipment to help people do all that.
Yes, I do.
The specialized equipment, the woks and the rolling mats and
right
things
now,
like that.
we run out of that on the sushi mat. My distributor there. Right now, everything is kind of going crazy.
World of COVID, just supply and demand.
So we run out of that.
Okay.
But we bring another thing in, like chopstick.
Chopstick. That's like is that like a chopstick training with training wheels?
I brought 3 of them.
Okay.
One is for you and one is for Sean. Another one, big long wooden chopstick.
Big giant chopsticks.
Yes, for our cameraman.
All right.
So today I brought the chopstick. One for you, one for Sean.
All
and
right.
I brought the noodle soup, noodle bowl. So you can use this here.
Okay. Now I know how to use chopsticks. I'm not going to lie. My fairings with soup and chopsticks have not gone well.
Oh yeah. So that means I'm gonna walk out here. My still stuff.
I'm gonna be, or I'm gonna be wearing half of it.
Yeah.
Well, you know they have the cheaters chopsticks that are spring loaded.
Well, that's what these are. I think. These are she brought us a pair. Each
I brought you.
Yeah.
2 colors, so you got not fight.
That's the best. That's the best kind.
It is soup.
Who's the green? Who's the blue?
Who would like to be? You want green or blue?
I'd say you probably green. Match your shirt.
Green for me.
Here we go.
To match the giant Mike's
and
shirt.
then the blue is for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And it's Peppa Pig, which does go over well in my family.
And this one is the long one.
Now,
A
you
long
gotta,
wooden chopstick.
Oh,
you got to have some strong fingers.
That's a big mama chopstick right there.
Well, I think it's going to be good for like a souvenir.
Oh,
Something
sure.
like that. Good for souvenir.
It's like a tiny whisk, you know.
That's what Andre the Giant uses to eat Asian food.
Oh, noodle soups.
Well, if Abby can use the chopstick, that means everybody can use it.
Can you use these big ones, Abby?
No, not the big one. Abby, use the little one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have like your own? Because I know like my nephews and stuff. Like my brother gets them. I got it. My brother got them forks and stuff, like their own little forks that are about this big. Abby, do you get chopsticks that are built for your size, or do they make you use the normal ones?
She used that one. Those kind I gave
or do you
it
get to use?
Yeah.
You get to use like these kind.
She used the pink one. What color you got?
Okay.
Pink, right?
Red.
Red? Okay. I
So with the
color
cheater, I
brown.
can just use it like this, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, instead of the traditional.
Now,
like with my fingers.
You know what's going to happen is 3 hours from now, Mike's going to be walking around the office trying to catch flies.
That's the ultimate. If you can do that, you've got control of your universe,
You've
right?
passed.
If you're able to.
With chopsticks and soup, I'm guessing it's more of just like a shovel technique. The noodles you could probably scoop, but it's more of a shovel technique with like the rest of it.
I want to see your technique today.
Okay, sure. I'll break out some technique.
Well, this is cheap. Can I take this?
Yeah,
part
you
off?
can take it off.
Oh, does
so
it?
you can,
Cool.
So if you don't need the.
Oh,
the
so they
training
really do
wheels.
work like regular
Yes.
chopsticks.
So you can use them as regular chopsticks.
In case he's like,
it is.
in case he's like, oh, I could totally use regular chop. All right, put up or shut up.
Yeah. So I can do
Yeah,
that.
It's just been a real long time since I did.
I just have no good luck with soups.
Oh, what is that called? It's a kid training chopstick. I got about 3 kind of them. On this one, they got so many look of it. Like some is a little girl, some is bear, or something like that.
I'm curious. What's yours? I'm just curious.
Mine's like a
Little man.
You got a
little
monkey.
man.
You got a monkey.
Monkey or little man?
Little man.
I think it's a little man.
Yeah, little man.
Could be a monkey.
I think that one is what's that?
Mine's
Hippo.
licensed Peppa Pig.
Oh, Pepper.
Yep.
He's got pants on, so I'm going to say it's a man.
Okay. Monkey don't have pants on. All right.
This
all
one's got
right.
pants on, so we're going to call him a man. All right, well, shall we try something?
Yes.
All right,
okay.
now,
Well,
what
start-
should we try first?
Okay. Let me introduce those two to
Okay.
both of you. This one, in my country, you call pamikyo.
Pamikyo? Barbecue.
Yes.
Barbecue.
Yes.
Okay.
So wonton in here in my country we call gyo. So in this dish we got a wonton.
Okay.
And then barbecue red pork. This one will be with the soup.
So pork and wontons, barbecue pork, wontons.
Yes.
And then some veggies. It looks like
and then
spring veggies.
Egg noodle. It's not going to be a regular noodle that what you been eat, not the white one.
Okay.
But yes, I also have that dish too. It's Thai noodle.
Okay.
And I have it. But I didn't bring it today. I just bring those two.
Okay.
Because you guys probably see so much on that regular noodle soup. So I just bring something that you never seen it before.
It looks delicious. It
smells fantastic.
How do we want to do this, Sean? You want to dive in?
I was going to say, do you want to pick one each? We just trade off.
Okay.
Focus
And then
sides?
this wonton, I have to tell, I make it myself. It's homemade.
Really?
Homemade wontons.
Yes, sir. Homemade wonton.
Everything's from scratch.
Yes. The two main ingredients in my wonton is a ground pork and then shrimp.
Okay.
The shrimp we sell it in the store. The ground pork I ground it myself.
Okay.
I don't buy it from store because it's not like
I have my own pigs out back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, this is like wonton soup on steroids.
Right.
Yeah.
Like times 20. Yeah.
And then barbecue red pork and everything in this one we sell it in our market. You can buy some ingredient. Almost I would say bean sprouts is in there. We sell it. Wonton skin we sell it. Egg noodles is in here. We sell it.
Okay.
So you have it all.
So you can replicate this soup
Yes,
at home
sir.
with
Yes.
practice.
Yes. Okay. So let's try this one first, and I'm gonna talk about the second dish in a minute.
All right. We'll
Okay.
pass this slide over here. I'll pass it. I'll
if
pass
you
it.
dig it from the
your
inside,
direction.
you will see the noodle
Okay.
that's
Oh yeah,
different.
you can. Big piece of the wonton
That's
right
the
there.
wonton,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna. Ooh, I wanna
That's
spill that.
Abby helping.
Oh, did you help make this, Abby?
Oh, awesome.
Good
Yes,
job.
sir.
Do you help your mom a lot
Some of these
making
wontons
soups and
first.
making meals?
Yes.
Okay. Are you a pretty good cook yourself?
Abby, good cook.
Kinda.
Kind of.
What do you like to cook? Do you have when you cook? Can you cook one? Is there a dish you can cook all by yourself?
I can cook noodles.
Noodles you can do all by yourself. Okay. Do you like to cook your own noodles sometimes? When mom's busy, you're like, "Hey, I'm hungry." She's like, "Fix your own noodles. You got it."
No.
Well, Sean's been quiet,
All right.
so I think this is delicious.
I was trying to try every element of it. The
Yeah.
wontons.
Oh, man,
I've
this
never
is
had a
good.
wonton that good. That is
Okay.
This looks
that is
really good.
Phenomenal.
This
Thank
looks really
you.
good.
Everything is varied. I mean, the broth is hearty. It's got that unctuousness to it, kind of that that umami flavor to it.
All right.
Everything's really well balanced. The barbecue pork in there, it's perfectly flavored.
Thank you,
That is
Sean.
everything goes well, and it's hearty too. It's not like it's not a soup. It's more like a stew. It's
wonton good.
the
That sound
wontons
good?
are so good.
Well, I do the video how to wrap the wonton last week too. If you want to know how to wrap it, it's make like a Chinese gold shape.
Right.
Go on my Facebook page,
Okay.
and then I show you how to.
That's always been a challenge for me because the wontons, it's like the empanada style. I was never able to press them out and stuff. So
Yeah.
so you actually show people the step by step of
Yes,
how to.
yes.
Oh, that's very cool.
Uh-huh.
That's over on your personal
man.
Facebook page or the Asian Market.
Asian market.
Awesome. So find Asian Market on Facebook and she'll give you the lowdown skinny on
Yes.
how to make them wontons.
It will tell you
I don't think I
everything.
want to give this
I
back.
was like, you can just pass it back over here. I'll keep it safe for you.
I think I'm gonna hoard
A
that.
bowl shape or a soup shape.
Oh, that is just.
And it's awesome. The pork is great. The wontons are great. The noodles
noodle.
are excellent. The
It lends-
veggies pair. It's
It
a
lends
hearty.
itself to the flavors together.
Now I can see how you guys can eat that soup with a chopstick. It's so hearty that
Yeah.
that you can get away with it. Yeah, that thing's good.
All right.
So in the bottom of the bowl, you will see it got some bean sprout and the cabbage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
get to that.
you're
part.
gonna have to dig through
Right.
it. Then
All right,
it's
once
got
once
some-
it sits in there, we'll probably work the layers through.
Let's say
So
you
around-
got all kind of nutrition in this bowl. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
a vitamin, you got protein, you got carb.
And it's all homemade.
Yes, it's all homemade.
It's great.
Nice.
That's a 10. And that's
Absolutely.
that's available on Saturdays, right?
Yes, sir. On Saturday, just for now.
Okay.
Just for now.
Makes
Well,
sense.
if y'all buy gallons of this on Saturdays, she'll have to do it other days of the week too.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
I'm over here trying to use these chopsticks, and I feel like she's sitting here judging me. Like she's staring at me while I'm doing them. She's like, shh.
Abby's looking at
amateur.
you like you're such an
She's
idiot.
like, God, you are terrible at this. She's like, move, let me do it. I'll show you how it's done.
That's all right. I was the same way. She was watching me too. I was like, yeah.
Right.
Can
I'm
Abby
not
do
smart.
it? Can I use the chopstick? Yes or no?
You want the big one?
She's like,
come on.
She's like, don't put me on the spot.
You
Come
can't
on.
be shy here.
I don't. But thank you. That's good.
Yes, yeah, that's
All right.
amazing.
All right.
Now let's get into the other one.
The second bowl.
So maybe I
Okay.
won't have to fight him for that one. I can just dig into this
All right.
one. We'll see.
And this one is the all ingredient just like the first one I
Okay.
show. It got wonton and barbecue red pork.
Okay.
But this dish we not serve with the broth with the soup.
Okay.
This one is a dry style.
Okay. So this is more like a like a pasta dish, like a bowl of pasta.
Well,
versus
you're
the-
gonna have to find out
All
in a minute.
right, okay.
And then this one on top of it, if you look,
Okay, it looks
right
like
there.
like some chilies. Or
Oh,
some
yeah.
chili.
No, I'm
Oh.
not gonna hurt you that early yet. So this one is on top of it. It's gonna be a barbecue sweet red sauce.
Okay.
So
this will have a more savory.
Yes, this one gonna
barbecue
be
tang.
sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet, and then
All right.
well,
You had me at barbecue.
yeah. And normally when I serve at the restaurant, I serve with pickle jalapeno in
Okay.
the
Oh wow.
in the what's that vinegar. In the
Okay, like the vinegar, like
yeah,
a
vinegar jalapeno.
like a pickled,
and then,
a pickled jalapeno.
Yes.
First of all, can I just say it is
and then I
gorgeous.
serve it with Thai chili.
Okay.
Ground chili. And then the hoisin sauce. You add it on yourself.
Gotcha. So-
but first, before you add it on, please
Try
try the food first before you add anything into it.
Make sure it's not it's
Yeah.
the right, because it could be. And we I think we Americans do that. We just naturally salt things when we don't even fry it.
Yes.
And I know, yeah, you're sometimes like, no, we did that when we're making the food. You
Yeah.
just got to eat it now.
Yes.
And now, granted, if you're buying box meals off the store, you probably need to salt everything you're doing.
Right.
But homemade foods and things, you
But
don't need
here,
to. They're in
like
the
I
cooking.
say, please try this first before you add some salt, sugar, or chili, or anything into it.
And I don't care how, like some people like are spicy warriors, they're like, make it hot.
Yeah.
Try it first before you ask her to make it hot. Because her hot and your hot aren't the same hot sometimes. Just saying.
Very true.
And she can light you up.
I can hurt you.
Oh, man.
First up, it is absolutely gorgeous to look at. The colors on that are fantastic, which you can tell the flavors actually were more saturated into the noodles. They're actually soaked in.
So it's the same noodle, but with that red barbecue sauce.
Yes,
Okay.
a sweet red sauce.
Or I'm trying the cheater thing now, and it doesn't work as the regular for me. I had better luck picking up. Oh, see?
He only picked the meat.
Right. Well, I tried to get the noodle, but it kept. I'm going to take my cheater
Take the
off
thing off.
and go back to normal.
And we keep staring at my.
Yeah, well, everybody watch how.
That's the thing is, yeah, Mike's got a camera on him right now. The pressure was off me.
Try and get a good helping of these noodles here. All right, here we go.
So when Mike gets some, Abby gonna say, "Oh yeah!"
Oh, it keeps running away. All right, here we go. Dang it.
How's it going for the scooper, man?
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
They're different. They're different.
It's
They
very-
are totally different.
They are.
It has that. It has that Mongolian barbecue-y taste to it.
I can't tell you what
It's almost like a floral sweetness.
It is sweet, but it's not too sweet.
No, not at all. It's not overpowering, and it goes well with it blends well with the flavor that you use on the pulled pork or the barbecue pork. It's perfect.
That is my father-in-law favorite dish on
trying
every
to decide
Saturday.
which one I like
The dry one, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out which one I like better.
The reason I like that one better is because with this one, with the broth, it's hearty, but with that, it allows the flavors to kind of soak more into the noodles. It saturates every
Right.
layer more. So I kind of like that one more. I feel like there's more
Okay.
flavor throughout.
They're both awesome.
Thank you.
I can't pick between the two.
Then you're gonna
They're
have
awesome
to
for different reasons.
go try on every Saturday. This Saturday, go try the dry. Next Saturday, go try the wet. And another Saturday, go try the Thai style noodle.
That's where it's going to be.
Yes.
I think it depends on your mood. Like if you want a little sweet, go with the second one. If you're feeling a little less sweet, go with the other one because it's. But and like you said, the sweet's not. It's not like you're sucking on the candy.
It's not.
It's still savory enough where it's like barbecue. When you get a barbecue sauce, it's got a sweeter feel to it. Then that's what it is.
It's almost like I said, floral, like a flowery flavor, but with that sweetness.
The
love.
noodle itself, it's got some flavor. Got some flavor already.
When you, I'm curious when you cook, because the pork has a nice little ring on everything. Do you like smoke the pork and everything is separate? And
I marinate it and overnight, and then I grill it next day.
And that's where you taste the difference. Because that's where I was noticing in the pork. I was like, this is not...
Everything is homemade.
Yeah, it's like barbecue meat. And I don't care what culture you're from. What makes it great barbecue is that slow meat cooking. I don't care if it's Texas barbecue or Asian barbecue or whatever it is.
You can cook it when a high fire. Because the pork that I use, I pick the one that have a little bit of fat in on it, in it, or whatsoever you're gonna say. Without fat, it's kind of like the meat, it lose the flavor. The fat, it give a little bit of flavor into it.
Yeah, you got to have that kind of work into the
you
tissue.
You slow cook it. If you cook it with a high fire, and then it's burnt.
Sure.
So you're gonna have to slow cook it.
It makes it tough. It makes it takes away the flavors. Yeah. That is, Nook, that is delicious.
Thank you.
Either one of those, I don't care which one you pick, you're going to be just fine. They're both delicious. They're both great. I would say if you lean more less sweet, then go without the red sauce. Go with the soup. But if you love, but like I said, the sweet is not like crazy sweet. It's savory enough where if you're not loaded on sweets, you're okay. It's gonna be a nice mix there. But the noodles that work with it, and I love the dumpling noodle and the Thai noodle, or the what's it called? The other noodle?
The green noodle.
It's a nice mouthfeel that's different.
Yeah, that's different. That one got no taste, but this one got taste in itself.
Sure.
With the noodle, in the noodle.
Well, and that's kind of Asian cuisine does that anyway. Like you have a lot of bases that necessarily are bland in flavors, but you add the flavor with the spices and stuff later.
Right.
You know, like you look at rice or you look at some of the vegetables, they're pretty mild in taste.
Yes.
It's when you put them together
and then
and that's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Good deal. Now, of course, if you're not a soup person, no problem. Nook's got you covered with everything else. And here's something too. I want to point this out.
All right.
Because sometimes kids are not easy to please when it comes to food. If it's not a pizza or a chicken nugget, they don't really want to look at it.
Yeah.
But you've got foods that like your chicken, like you have your
chicken finger.
Your chicken fingers.
Yeah.
Kids love those too.
Yes.
So if you're like, I'd love to try this, but there's no way my kid's going to want to eat because they only
my chicken finger are different because I've bread is right there and fried is fresh.
It's fried differently too. Yeah. It's delicious. But that's going to be something I think like kids, adults love them too. They're delicious.
Yeah.
But
some
something like your kid that's going to look at it and say, oh, okay, that looks like something I'd want to eat. Because kids are just, unless you're Abby here, kids like certain things and that's it. She grew up eating all of Nook's Asian food. So it's home to her.
Another meal too that's kid friendly. Like a beef pepper steak, beef and broccoli, sweet and sour, sesame chicken, garlic chicken. Anything that I make it there, it doesn't mean I have to make it hot.
Sure.
I can make without chili.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kid friendly.
Anything. Yes.
And the beef and broccoli, it's great. I've had that many times. I love the beef and broccoli. Any of the chicken fried rice or fried rice is great. General Tso's chicken's great. I mean, all of it's great. There's nothing.
General Tso's chicken is if some kid that can handle a little bit of heat, that will be fine for them because it's not too hot.
You're right.
Yeah, but sometimes I have to say this. Sometimes I come out hotter than last batch because of the ginger is different. The chilies are different.
Sure.
Because this is something you can't control.
Right. Yeah, sometimes you get a hotter chili than others. Yeah.
Sometimes kind of like that.
Yeah.
Even lamb. Sometimes my food. Why? Like to me itself. Sometimes I try the lamb. Why is this bitter? Something like that. So something you can't control it, but it make your food. It's a little bit different.
It makes the uniqueness to it.
I try to make it the same, but sometimes it's hard. Let's say that.
When you get
something.
Well, that's the beauty of fresh ingredients and fresh. It's you get the best quality stuff, but it's fresh because it's natural. And it's like if you ever go to the farmer's market here on Saturdays versus going to the grocery store and buying produce. If you're buying like produce from gardens and things, they sometimes don't look as pretty as the ones sitting in the grocery stores.
Exactly.
And that's because they're not pumped up with the hormones and the chemicals and all the things that commercial farmers do to try to yield the most product out of their
But they got some
stuff.
different flavor.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the homegrown produce that may look a little smaller or a little less green or yellow has got 10 times more flavor.
Exactly.
It's a better like your like tomatoes and things.
Jalapeno. Let's say jalapeno. Let's say even me go shopping by myself in here and there. Sometimes I get big old giant jalapeno. That one I guarantee is not hot.
Right.
But if you got the midget, the little
tiny one, it'll light you up.
That one's gonna hurt.
But of course, I just saw the time, so we better wrap this up a little bit here. But folks, come if you want, come and try the food first and try and eat, and then if you're thinking, you know what, I can make this, then talk to Nook. She'll show you the ingredients on the shelf that you need to buy, and even tell you some tips on how to cook it.
If you come to me with a ton of questions, don't come to me at lunchtime.
Yeah, come not at a meal time. That's a little less busy in the kitchen for her.
A little bit late in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You no rush. You're walking around waiting for food. So enjoy the market. Let's say that. Enjoy the Asian market.
Shop around, and I'll tell you. And here's the move.
I will have time to come out and talk.
Bring the family because you've got everything. You've got like sweets and snacks and things for like lunches and stuff. They can pack ramens that are very easy to prepare and fix.
Now another thing. The Ramon soda is back.
Oh, okay.
After it's been gone for about 2 months, we ran out, totally plumb out. My distributor are out. Now it's come back on the shelves again.
Good. So if you've been craving it, get in there while the getting's good.
Try to come by because obviously it goes fast. You know what's funny? I have actual work I need to do, but there's food in here, so it
Make
can
you
wait.
come back
That's
again,
why I'm back. I'm like,
hey, barbecue pork will do that. But come by and shop.
Yes.
Shop this. I'm telling you, they got great ingredients. Come. Like if you always wanted to make your own sticky rice and things like that, she can help you get our own Thomas Beard, whose cooking skills are better than they used to be.
Yes, true.
He is now quite proficient.
You want a bowl for your own soup at home? We got it now. You got a traditional spoon or anything.
Rice in bulk.
Basic anything that you need for the Asian dish, you can find it there.
Absolutely. And then, of course, come on down for lunch or dinner.
Yes.
You can dine in or carry out, or are you still on DoorDash and all of that, or To You or any of those?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Okay, so just come in, carry out, or dine in.
Call and order.
Call ahead and pick up. All of that's it's a great way to do it. And trust me, you're gonna love whatever you try. If you're not comfortable like trying new things sometimes, some people are a little nervous when it comes to trying new things.
Yes.
Make your first time, go get the chicken fried rice. That's pretty simple, safe. It's fried rice. And then I guarantee you're going to love that, and you're like, okay, I want to try something. If this is this good, I want to try something that I've never tried before.
So I got 21 menus. So I got you covered for a month.
Very good. You try 21 different things and not have the same dish.
One menu a day.
You got almost a month. You got 3/4 of a month to get it done. So notice he took the food with him.
He should hide the food now.
He went very rapidly. I don't think we're going to see him anymore today. Very good. Give the store and restaurant hours for everybody.
The address is 5700 South Main Street. Head to the Roswell Airport.
Okay.
I will be on your right-hand side.
Okay.
A store hour, Monday to Saturday, 10 to 7.
Okay.
Sunday, 12 to 7. The restaurant only Monday to Saturday, 11 to 7.
Very good. So come by Monday through Saturday, anytime between 11 and 7, and try anything we're talking about.
Soup is only on Saturday.
Soup Saturdays.
Yes.
Don't forget, Soup Saturday. If you want to try these soups, come see her the day after tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow's Friday. So Saturday morning, get out there. They open at 11.
Yes.
You can come on out and get you soup. Trust me, it's worth the trip. I might see you Saturday. I have my wife come and load up on a... Can you sell by the gallon? How big you sell those?
Just you, I'm going to give you a special deal.
How about an IV bag that I can just hook it right up to me?
We're going to have the bed.
That's right.
Right up in the bed.
I need to be bedside to consume my soup, please.
Yeah.
Just hook it up to me and suck it in. So. Awesome. Well, thank you, Nook, as always.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it, and we look forward to our next visit.
All right.
All right. Take care. Well, nice to meet you, Abby.
Say, what are you going to say? Thank you, Mike.
All right.
All right. We
All
can't
right.
be
Take
shy
care.
here.
Well, we can go home, or you actually probably got to go help Mom get ready for lunch, I'm guessing. So we'll let you do that.
Wait for next trip, so you're going to be sure more.
That's right. Well, learn it all. You're going to be cooking it next time. So.
You need to smoke.
Harvest after growers and producers raised concerns about an inadequate supply of labor. Morales said Wednesday that the state will funnel up to $5 million in federal pandemic relief money toward enhanced wages for laborers who harvest New Mexico's renowned green and red chili crop in the late summer and early fall, along with cabbage and onions as well. Some Republican state lawmakers this week urged the state to cut off its $300 weekly federal supplement to unemployment benefits. The state's largest public university will require students, faculty, and other workers to be fully vaccinated for COVID-19 by the end of September, while its second largest university will implement the mandate only for staff. The University of New Mexico mandate, announced Monday, is subject to limited exemptions. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. Growth in the U.S. services sector, where most Americans work, increased to a record pace in July, even as businesses continue to face supply chain challenges and problems in finding enough available workers. Service sector industries, ranging from restaurants and bars to trucking companies and hotels, are facing many of the same problems, but have been aided by strong demand that has helped them surmount some of those issues. The New York International Auto Show has become a casualty of the fast-spreading coronavirus Delta variant. Show organizers said Wednesday that they have decided to cancel it this year. On Wall Street, the Dow lost 323 points to 34,792. The Nasdaq gained 19 to 14,780, and the S&P 500 dropped 20 to 4,402. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in.
All active duty U.S. troops may soon have to roll up their sleeves. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin reportedly considering requiring the COVID-19 vaccine for all active duty members of the military. It's a tragic outgrowth of the crisis on the southern border.
A van packed with about 25 migrants crashed Wednesday in South Texas on US 281, killing at least 11 people, including the driver, according to authorities. Brooks County Sheriff Urbino Martinez says the van, designed to hold 15 passengers, was speeding and top-heavy when the driver lost control on a curve and the vehicle tipped over. Martinez said the van was not being pursued. Martinez said he believed all the passengers were migrants. Sergeant Nathan Brandley of the Texas Department of Public Safety said more than a dozen people were injured. I'm Mike Gracia.
Instead of criticizing the response of Republican governors to the COVID pandemic, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says President Biden ought to do his job and get the southern border under control. Until the border is secure, DeSantis tells the president, I don't want to hear a blip about COVID from you. And DeSantis suggests that the feds back off.
We can either have a free society or we can have a biomedical security state. And I can tell you, Florida, we're a free state. People are going to be free to choose to make their own decisions about themselves, about their families.
A flood of illegal aliens prompting McAllen, Texas, to issue a disaster declaration. The border city has had to set up an emergency shelter to house the migrants. Officials say at least 7,000 illegal aliens released into the city by the feds have tested positive for COVID-19. Dropping by 14,000 from the week before, the number of Americans signing up for jobless benefits dropped to 385,000 last week. Wall Street, the Dow is up 190 points, the Nasdaq 87 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The United States has killed Osama bin Laden.
Hours after that announcement, the White House leaked that it was SEAL Team 6 that carried out the operation.
Al-Qaeda placed bounties on the heads of all Navy SEALs. Then, just 3 months later,
Extortion 17 requesting permission to take off.
a U.S. Army helicopter carrying many from SEAL Team 6 and others entered the Tangi Valley.
I saw a flash. You seen a flash? Anybody out there? We have a fallen angel. Roger.
Extortion 17, the provocative new film telling the story of the largest loss of life in U.S. Special Forces history, now playing on SalemNow.com. Questions quickly arise. Why did it take 17 minutes to fly a 10-minute mission? Was there a black box on board?
Every American should be taught about what happened in Extortion 17.
What really happened to SEAL Team 6 that dreadful night? Fallen Angel, Extortion 17, the story most Americans don't know. Watch exclusively at SalemNow.com.
New reports of intense fighting between Afghan government forces and the Taliban, continuing its assault on a couple of provincial capitals.
The three main cities which were in focus for the last few weeks, for example, in Kandahar and Herat in the west, and Lashkar-Gah, the capital of Helmand province, where heavy fighting has been going on. And what we understand is the Afghan officials are now saying they have pushed back Taliban militants who launched a fresh assault on Herat city overnight. And after these clashes, they were pushed back to the outskirts. And also, we have to understand in Herat, it is not only the Afghan forces, it is also the supporters of one of the warlords, pro-government warlords. They are doing the fighting in the city of Herat.
The BBC's Embarrassing Etarajan. British police say they've made 11 arrests in connection with the online racial abuse of England soccer players following their team's loss to Italy in the final of the European Championship last month. Townhall.com. Another medal for the USA track team at the Summer Games, but an upset loss as well.
It was an up and down Thursday morning for Team USA's track team. In one of the biggest upsets of the Olympics, Jamaica's Hansel Parchment won the men's 110-meter hurdle, narrowly clipping the heavy favorite, American Grant Holloway, who earned the silver. Meanwhile, the men's 4x100 relay, also favorites to win gold, failed to qualify for the finals after a poor baton exchange led to a sixth-place finish in their qualifying heat, just 0.02 of a second behind Ghana, which earned the last spot in the final. The USA women's team came away smiling, finishing second in their qualifying heat. They'll race for a medal on Friday. I'm Denny Kapp.
The U.S. trade deficit increased to a record $75.7 billion in June, a strengthening American economy, sending demand for imports surging. Once again on Wall Street this hour, the Dow is up 182 points, the S&P trading 20 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. The rhythm, ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3
Tres Inviernos
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Buenos Thursday, everybody.
Yep.
Hope you're having a good one.
Oh, yeah.
And, we were, I know one of our loyal listeners, Grace, she chimed in a little late today. She's like, y'all heard about the Floyd thing and talking about it? But yeah, we talked about it in the beginning of the show there, but you can go back and check out my thoughts. But basically, I don't care what y'all think, whether you like the Floyd's decision or not the Floyd's decision. That's not the scary part. The scary part is what's coming from it. She suspended an entire board of elected officials
because they didn't make the decision that she wanted them to make.
That's scary precedent. I don't know. I don't care what you feel about masks or not. that's not the part that scares me. The part that scares me is
you can undo something that's been done by a team of people that we put there.
Yeah, if she gets away with this, hold on to your butts because it's about to get really interesting. So,
I talk to any lawyer worth the salt. They're going to tell you precedent is everything. I mean, once it's been done once, it's going to be done again.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how they all that turns out. Get your popcorn. Going to be pretty good, I think. So, anyway.
I love that Michael Jackson meme. I'm just here for the memes.
Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're having a good one so far. Enjoy your 90 today.
They said 90 to 95.
Yeah, 91 is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Officially, the National Weather Service today says our high is 91. It will not be that this weekend.
No.
It's like 100 on both days, Saturday, Sunday.
Summer's last hurrah.
See. And it was like 85 yesterday.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was downright delightful yesterday. And
it was strolling weather. I almost went for a frolic.
A frolic? But you settled for a stroll?
I just went for a stroll, yeah. I didn't have my frolicking shoes is the problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your DFS?
Yeah.
Designated frolicking shoes?
Designated frolicking shoes, yeah. They're still off the cobbler.
What does one look for in a shoe to frolic in?
Well, you want a nice instep. You want a comfortable insole, generally something with memory foam, and you want a good bounce. So generally like a New Balance, maybe like a Nike Air.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
What about clogs?
It clogs the wood. It makes things a little hard. Once you're coming down from a frolic, it's the down frolic that is the hard part with the clogs because you end up with splinters.
A lot of toe work. I understand. My brother had clogs.
Although with clogs, you do get the good roll off from the front, from the rolled heel or the rolled toe.
Clogs are surprisingly comfortable. That's my brother. Remember, my brother got to go to Holland when he was a teenager for Boy Scouts. And so he bought clogs when he was there and brought clogs back. Now, he claims they're the most comfortable shoes he ever wore. I can't attest because his feet are not the same size as my feet. So I couldn't wear his clogs and say, because they weren't meant for me.
I will say
fit for me.
The most comfortable pair of shoes I've ever worn in my entire life, moccasins.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to wear clogs to go frolic, get a memory foam insert.
Ooh.
A Dr. Scholl's
a memory foam clog insert. I like it. Because then you always have to cut them to fit.
Yeah. So you cut them to fit, and then you've got the bounce up and the cushion down.
And there's no splinters in the toes because the insole would cover. I like the way you think.
As long as you properly secure that sole in the clog, because you might have some slippage.
Well, if you get the gel memory foam, the gel adheres to the bottom of the shoe.
Okay, so that'll secure it to the wood. Okay.
Now, what are your suggestions via foot sweat? Because I have a sweaty foot, and I don't want
powder.
A lot of wood slippage, you know.
Baby powder.
Oh yeah, I never thought of that.
That's going to be quite a delightful
I don't know if I
cocktail
want my feet
there.
to smell like babies.
Gel, wood, and
you could
baby powder and sweaty foot.
At this point, I feel like we're putting way too much work into what should just be a leisurely activity. I'm putting way too much thought into my frolic.
Although.
But you know what? If you put all this thought into your frolic, when you frolic, it will be a very happy frolic.
A fulfilling frolic.
Oh, yeah.
Very.
Full-on frolic.
Full-on fulfilling frolic.
All joking aside, I've had a hot minute lately where I've been thinking about buying a pair of those gator shoes.
The
Crocs. Yeah, the Croc ones.
Okay. So
I know everyone makes fun of them, but
dude,
everyone talks about how they're comfortable. I'm about to say I don't care.
It's hilarious because my employees wear them.
Yeah. And a lot of medical people wear them too, don't they?
Yeah, they're an incredibly comfortable shoe. They're like walking around on clouds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But everyone makes fun of you, like you're a rube if you wear them. But I'm like, I don't care
if you can get past the whole fashion. But here's the thing: it's becoming like in vogue. Like artists are like launching their own lines of Crocs. Post Malone put out his own Crocs. There's other artists.
So if I get a highfalutin like high fashion Croc, okay,
you got to get that Kanye Croc or like the one with the Supreme on the side.
Okay,
yeah,
I think I'm just going to like the Shoe Depot Croc or whatever.
Yeah, that's the problem. If your aim is for comfort, you're gonna go for a Croc. At that point, you're not really worried about style.
Yeah, and I'm probably there.
Mm-hmm.
But today, because all Crocs are slip-ons, right? There's not like a shoe Croc, is there?
No, maybe. You know what? There's a whole Croc store in Oklahoma City. It's like an outlet store devoted to Crocs.
Sounds like a Croc to me.
It's a Croc. But they sell like purses and activewear and stuff too. It's weird. It's like, I didn't know Crocs got in that game.
And you know what else they've got, which is very weird? A crock pot section where you can buy crock pots.
Strangely, yeah. No Instant Pots, though.
No Instant Pots.
It's real. They're real specific, hyper specific.
Crock pots. Ask for them by name.
It's not very effective because the crock pot has these giant holes in it.
Yeah.
It just let all the soups out. The broth just oozes out the sides.
If it's not a crock, it's not a pot. I think that should be there.
There you go.
When you need a pot, ask for crock.
If it's not a crock, it's just a pot.
Yeah.
See? Because it's just a pot. You got a crock pot, then you got yourself a crock pot.
Well, anyway.
We've taken this thing as long and as far as we are going to be able to.
Well, I think that's a new marketing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Crock pots and shoes.
They should get together. Crock X crock pot.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And maybe you can think of savory dishes to make in the crock pot while wearing your crock shoes.
Ooh. I would think coming up with those dishes would be a lot easier because you're not thinking about your foot pain. All you're thinking about is delicious dishes.
Yeah. And I don't have foot pain. I'm just like, I love a convenient shoe that requires little effort on my part that I can walk around in really rapidly.
Right.
Like there's times where like, hey, I got to take the trash out. Because when I'm home, I'm pretty much either in bare feet or socks. I'm rarely, unless I'm just there for a few minutes. But once I'm home, shoes come off. I'm in comfort zone.
Oh, yeah. Barefoot city.
Yeah. But occasionally I have to go run outside, do something. I don't want to go put my shoes back on. So Crocs would be, like I got my flip-flops I keep.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just grab a pair of flip-flops.
But they're old. And to be honest, if you got a long haul to like the trash, because I got to walk, they don't provide the good ankle support.
I will say this. I never feel steady walking in flip-flops. Yeah. Like I always feel like, again, my foot sweat problem. I always feel like I'm sliding around in flip-flops. Yeah. I can never get a good footing. And God forbid if I have to run away from like a gunman or something.
And I've pretty much had these flip-flops for about 15 years. Wow. So maybe it's the padding's worn. It's time to
now
to update to a newer pair.
I literally get a new pair every summer, if not a couple of times a summer.
Like my wife and I'm pretty sure I bought those flip-flops like and they're not like flip-flops.
Right.
They're a little more high-end flip-flops. They're like fancier $30 flip-flops. But anyway.
Well, I would think if you had them that long.
But I think I bought those like on a vacation. It's like 15 years ago. It's been a long time.
At this point, I'm just going to warn you to be careful because they're old. Their time has come. Watch out for pop tops. I don't want you to have a Jimmy Buffett situation.
Yeah. Well, maybe I replace them with a pair of Crocs.
Oh, nice. That's kind of the best of both worlds.
I might be doing that.
I dig it.
I'm gonna do some Croc investigation.
There you
go. So, you heard Crystal Noble, she took a phone call. But she'll join us.
Took a quick exit. I'm sure she'll be back.
She will join us here in a minute from the, hiccups, Roswell Humane Society.
Hate when that happens on the air.
It always does. It's just one of those
The plight of a water drinker's life.
Yep. Just happened again.
The Humane Society is still looking for a few good men and or women.
They do. They need folks to not only volunteers, but paid staff as well.
Absolutely.
So we'll talk about that, talk about pets available for adoption. Visit the thrift store. I'm going to drink.
I keep needing to go over there, actually. There's, I need a bunch of stuff, and I feel like that's the place I need to go to get a couch, a bunch of other stuff.
I'm thinking like school uniforms and stuff like that. You can find all of that, right? Clothes for the kids, school supplies, like backpacks and whatnot. I'm sure you'll find a bevy of that stuff there right now if you need it. So swing on by. But we'll talk with Crystal here in just a few minutes. How did you get there, commercial? You're not supposed to
What
be
are
there.
you doing there?
You tricky little SO gun. Let's see. It is 9:16. Let's go ahead and get you up to date with the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks like the monsoon will be cut off for a little while, so we get sunshine today. Afternoon highs 90 to 95. Overnight will be clear with mid-60s and then warming up a little bit tomorrow. Looks like mid-90s for the whole area and lots of sun. Looking at the weekend, close to 100 on Saturday and Sunday, just over 100 and fair for Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 57%, and winds currently out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour. Could see some widespread haze this morning, but sunny for the most part. Highs of 91 expected. Winds will be out of the northeast around 5 miles per hour today. Tonight, more haze lingering before midnight, otherwise mostly clear. Overnight low of 67 with east winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunny and a high of 94 for your Friday. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10 in the morning, 10 to 15 for tomorrow afternoon. Friday night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 69 degrees. And then looking at your weekend, going to be hot. Sunny, high of 99, so pushing 100 on Saturday. South winds 10 to 15. Partly cloudy Saturday night with overnight low of 69. And then Sunday, 101 and sunny. And we're going to be sunny, highs right around 100 for Monday, too. Upper mid-90s Tuesday with some rain chances Tuesday night into Wednesday. But we'll see how that shapes up as we get closer to those days. All right, it is 18 minutes after 9 o'clock, and before we take a break, I do want to invite you out this weekend to the Last Escape of Billy the Kid pageant, Old Lincoln Days. It's happening this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in beautiful Lincoln, New Mexico. The highlight of the weekend is always, as always, is the Last Escape of Billy the Kid pageant. They do 3 performances of the pageant there on the pageant grounds in Lincoln. Friday night and Saturday night, both of those performances are at 8:30 p.m. And then they do a Sunday matinee at 3:30 p.m. And then, of course, okay, I got you. No problem. Do your thing. All right. They also have a Sunday matinee at 1:30 on that day, and you also get a free concert with these other with your performance deal. So get there a little early. If you come out Friday night or Saturday night, you'll get a free concert at 7 p.m. with the Clay Mack Band. They're from Deming, New Mexico. So the performances of Last Escape will be at 8:30 p.m. those nights. 7 o'clock that evening will be the Clay Mack Band. And, of course, throughout the day, they're going to have all kinds of stuff, food vendors, other live music, and just a bunch of stuff going on throughout the day out there. Usually do the wagon rides, and then they have the blacksmithing booths and all kinds of just a lot of stuff. And then, of course, sightseeing and seeing the actual historic buildings there through the National Park Service, the courthouse, of course, the visitor center at the other end of town, and then the various buildings in between the different. There are several different buildings of significance there that took place during the Lincoln County War lasted a couple of years, but there's 7 days of it that are kind of the famous part, the parts you see in the movies and all that. And that's what the pageant actually covers, is those 7 days. And, of course, Billy the Kid's famous escape from the courthouse there. The cool part about the pageant and everything else is the actual script for the pageant was written by folks that were alive and living in Lincoln County during the Lincoln County War years. And so the script for the pageant is almost as historical as the actual events that took place there. It's pretty cool. But gates open at 10 a.m. each morning. You can buy tickets at the gate. Cost for the pageant this year is $10 for adults. For kids, 6 through 12, just $6. And then children 5 and under are completely free. If you've never been before to Old Lincoln Days, my recommendation is if the first time you ever see the pageant, I recommend the night ones. If you're only available for the Sunday, they're awesome. Either way, you're going to have an awesome show. But something about the night performances when it's dark and the muzzle flashes, it adds a little bit of more mystique to the performance there. But they're all awesome. It's done in a style where the actual actors that are portraying Billy and the various members of the Murphy side and the Tunstall side and all of that, they're actors, they ride, but the dialogue and everything is like recorded already. It's over speakers and you hear it, and they kind of reenact it through there with the escape and the gunfights and all that stuff. It's really cool to check out. So make plans to attend this weekend, the Old Lincoln Days. It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Lincoln, New Mexico. If you've never toured through that area before, a lot of time, if you ever get a chance and you go through and visit the courthouse, and because actually the courthouse, which is right next to the pageant grounds there in Lincoln, it's one street there. You can't miss it when you go through. But the courthouse there, that's where Billy the Kid escaped and all. That was also the Murphy Dolan store at one before it was the courthouse, and that's of course the main of the other faction that opposed Billy the Kid in the Tunstall side. So that building's really cool. Check out the other buildings in between that serve vital roles. The old church there, another store in there that were this building was on the Tunstall side during the war, and this was Murphy Dolan side, and you learn a lot of that cool stuff while you're there. So go through and check all that out. Also, there is a fee from the National Park Service to tour the courthouses and all that. I think it's like $10 or $12 a person, something in that ballpark. And I think they do offer discounts for veterans and seniors and children and all that. But you can also get, and I recommend this especially for first timers too. I think it's like another $3 more. You can get access to Fort Stanton as well, which is about a 10-minute drive, maybe 15 max, not even. From Lincoln there. If you go past Lincoln, like you're going towards Capitan, there's a turnoff to Fort Sumner Fort Stanton about halfway there. And you go up there, and then I think it's like $3 more for the ticket. And then once you get to Fort Stanton there, you can, or you can go to Fort Stanton first and buy tickets. Either way, it's through the National Park Service. But, and basically you get admittance into both locations. And the Fort Stanton is really cool too. If you've never, that is a fort that opened in 1855. That fort was established pre-Civil War, and it's got Civil War history. It was in Union hands. It started the Civil War. Once the war broke out, the Union abandoned it to go, to put forces out at other more needed areas. The Confederate Army moved into that fort for a short period of time and took over there. Of course, World War I. Blackjack Pershing, all that's got history there at the base. It's a German POW camp, much like Roswell here was during World War I, and they had World War II for Roswell, and they would have the POWs just like here, creating projects and stuff all around the fort. And then, of course, the whole in the 1800s when it was the Merchant Marines were sending their tuberculosis members to there to live out their days. So the cemetery, the veteran cemetery out there, it's filled with many Merchant Marines, which is kind of weird. People are like, why is there a Merchant Marine cemetery in the middle of New Mexico? It's because of the tuberculosis. It's all there at Fort Stanton, and you can go and learn and see all that. They do a beautiful, like all those buildings when you go out there, you can go through them, and they've got like the quarters set up for the troops, for the cavalry troops, so you can kind of see what their barracks look like. Quartermasters, you get to really see what life was like at that fort in its heyday, and really a cool experience. So if you're going out to Old Lincoln this weekend, I highly recommend you get that extra $3 on your ticket to go to the courthouse stuff and go check out Fort Stanton. It's really worth the trip there. Unfortunately, our guest had to leave. She had an emergency, so Crystal's not going to be able to join us. But I will tell you that they are definitely in need of workers. They need help there. Come on, if you're interested in applying. I believe they've got their job descriptions online and through the labor department, all that stuff there. But and then of course, if you're looking to adopt pets, they're always looking to if you're looking to find families for good homes. I didn't get a chance to talk to her about inventory right now, but she had to take off, so she had to roll. So we'll talk. We'll get her book back. That's right. Get her talking all that. So you get more chit chat this hour.
There you go. More of this. More good stuff.
Yeah. All right. It is 9:26. Let's go ahead and take our commercial break. We didn't get a chance to do that yet, and then we'll chit chat more on the other side. Don't go away.
Bob Reed Pest Control is committed to providing the most modern pest control management solutions for homes and businesses. Bob Reed can handle every aspect of pest control, from general insects to trees, shrubs, yard treatments, and commercial weed control. They're the only authorized Centricon termite elimination system operator in southeastern New Mexico. No job is too big or too small. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today. Southeastern New Mexico's pest management professionals, 623-5344, and find them fast in names and numbers.
Free college and career training are possible. Hello, I'm Higher Education Secretary Stephanie Rodriguez, encouraging you to enroll at any public New Mexico college or university this fall. Recent high school graduates can have their tuition fully covered by the Lottery Scholarship. Everyone else can use the Opportunity Scholarship to go back to school tuition-free. Visit freecollegenm.org for more information and get started today. Higher education is within reach.
Sponsored by the state of New Mexico.
Celebrate the 80th anniversary of the last escape of Billy the Kid at Old Lincoln Days, Friday, August 6th through Sunday, August 8th in historic Lincoln, New Mexico. The annual folk pageant portrays Billy the Kid's last escape and the notorious Lincoln County War, complete with food vendors, live music, arts and crafts, a parade, and so much more. The 80th anniversary is extra special, with concerts every day included in the price of your ticket, featuring the Clay Mack Band on Friday and Saturday night, and Susie Weber Hildman with Olivia and Dan Hildman on Sunday afternoon. Admission is only $10 for adults. Kids 6 through 12 are $6, and kids 5 and under are free. Tickets are available at the gate beginning at 10 a.m. each morning. Get ready for this once-in-a-generation experience, the 80th anniversary of Old Lincoln Days and the last escape of Billy the Kid, August 6th through the 8th in historic Lincoln, New Mexico. Watch history come alive.
You've slouched on it. You've slept on it. You've sheltered in place on it until it's worn out. Now it's time for new furniture from Glenn's. Like a breath of fresh air, Glenn's will brighten your home with beautiful new furniture you'll be proud of for years to come. And at Glenn's, everything is ready for immediate delivery. So reopen your life and refresh your home with a trip to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
This is a nasty little termite. It loves nothing better than to eat your house, your subfloors, your walls, around your windows, and then they swarm around taunting you.
We're eating your house. We're eating your house.
You'd like to kill them, wouldn't you? But you don't want trenches dug around your home, and you don't want holes in your foundation. That's where Dow AgroSciences and the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System come to the rescue. The same system that protects the White House can help protect your house. An authorized operator strategically places Centricon stations around your house and then carefully monitors them for termites. If they're found, a professional inserts bait tube devices. The termites take the bait and they die.
I feel like I'm dying.
Kind of like that, only a lot more effective. In fact, Centricon is proven to eliminate the termite colony. Termites are gone with Centricon. No more colony, no more problem. Visit Centricon.com.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today in Roswell, 623-5344, or anywhere in southeast New Mexico at 877-623-5344.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. For the ultimate workout, fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:30. Happy Thursday to you. Sorry, I guess I had to cancel there on the last minute
out.
for us. This is actually not for a while, but it's on your. I want to put it on your calendars here. Historical Society, of course, they got a lot going on with. They got the book fair coming up September 4th. They got their fall Peppers Fajita drive-through fundraising event. That's going to be September 30th. But in October, on the 23rd, the CAPS program, the Kids Arts program. Yep. It's kind of an offshoot program of the Roswell Community Little Theater. They're going to be doing the Living Museum, past and present. It's going to be October 23rd at the Historical Society. If you've ever been a part of or aware of the CAPS program, they do their Graveside Manor. They usually do it annually.
Right.
And they'll go
around
out
Halloween,
to usually in that ballpark around that time. They'll go down to the cemetery, the South Park there, and reenact. They do, I guess you could say like a Chautauqua, if you're familiar with those. Those are a Chautauqua, if you don't know, or those are people that portray a character, but they imbibe the whole character. But, So basically, someone's like, I'm Davy Crockett, but now you can't say, hey, Bob, you're doing a good Davy Crockett. He's like, no, I'm not Bob. I'm Davy Crockett. And everything he does is Davy Crockett. You know?
Creative anachronism.
There you go. That's it. So they do a Chautauqua-style performance, and so they'll have the kids at some of the more notable graves of some of our founding, I guess, fathers of Roswell and things. Like, you notice there's a lot of our street names like Poe and, Lee and all these various other streets that we have. They're named after prominent people here.
Get out of here.
They are.
Come on.
Some of them now call the cemetery home.
That's right.
So they do the Graveside Manor. That's one of their events. But the Living Museum is going to be very much in that vein. And this is put on by, they do a great job, these kids doing it. But tickets are $5. You can be a booth sponsor and all. And again, all the proceeds will go to the CAPS program. If you want more information, you can contact, this is the person, if you want to get involved, sponsoring and helping the kids out, you can contact Lynetta Zuber at 575-910-6177. That's 575-910-6177. Also, don't forget, they've got performances of Bye Bye Birdie coming up. Is that this weekend or next
weekend and the weekend after?
Yeah, it's next 2 weekends.
It's the weekend of the 13th through the 15th and the weekend of the 20th through the 22nd, I believe.
Yeah, and that'll be at the Roswell Community Little Theater there in the Plains Park Shopping Center.
Yes, sir.
I guess they still call it that.
They do.
Right across from the Dollar General on, was that Union? Hobbs? I always get the streets mixed up.
Yeah, right there behind the cinema.
By the way, don't walk around the cemetery looking for a guy named Second Street. There, you're not going to find him.
It's like, where's that Albuquerque
guy? Second. Johnny Second. He must be named after Second Street.
James Alameda.
But definitely put that on your calendars if you'd like to help out, Mark, and get on there involved with that. And then, of course, come on out to the Bye Bye Birdie next week. And it's Friday, Saturday night performances at 7, I believe.
7:30, I think, with a Sunday matinee at 2:30.
At 2 there on that Sundays. And it'll be not this weekend, but next weekend and the weekend after. If you go to Roswell Theater and spell theater with an R-E at the end.
.com.
Yeah, don't do the eater.
Yeah.
The eater. It's the eater, but the eater part is R-E.
I just say theatre.
Yeah, theatre.
Theatre.
Yes, .com. You can get tickets for that and learn more about all upcoming events. And I imagine usually right around this time, they're probably casting and starting to work for their next project too. So if you want to be involved with that, I'm sure they're always looking for not only, auditions for the front of house side of things, but sound, lighting, costumes, the set design, all of that. They always need volunteers and folks to be a part of that. So if you love doing makeup or set design, but don't want to do nothing with acting, Community Little Theater, love to have you be a part of it.
You know what they say? Tough acting. Tinactin.
Do they still do Tinactin commercials? I haven't heard one in a good while.
I'm pretty sure John Madden doesn't do them anymore, but I'm sure they do them. Boom!
I'm guessing he's probably not in good health. That's why we don't see him anymore, John Madden.
No. He's got to be, 90-something now, right?
He's getting up there.
He was old when I was a kid.
I don't think he was that old. I think he's just...
He retired when I was 15, I think.
What, from coaching?
Yeah.
He was young as a coach. He did... This
is where you get to play the Google game of the is-was game. You ever played that?
He did the broadcasting for many years. I want to say he retired young as a coach.
I feel like I would have... Yeah,
just his time with the Raiders there.
Sure is. Let's see. He is 85.
85. I was thinking he was in his 80s somewhere.
I can't imagine he's that active anymore doing anything. I'm sure they're still using his name for the games.
Well, I wonder if he has a Madden Cruiser Outback Steakhouse bus still sitting at his house like he used to. Because he had a fear of flying. He was afraid to fly, so he never flew. So when he went to each city each week to those games, he had a big old coach bus.
Nice.
That they swagged up with the kitchens and beds and everything. And I guess they got Outback Steakhouse to sponsor the thing.
Oh, dang.
And so it was this
here it
big
is right here. Yeah,
Outback
his version of flying.
Yeah, the Outback Madden Cruiser. Yeah, that was his deal.
During his Saturday Night Live hosting appearance in the early 1980s, a short film aired depicting Madden making the journey from New York to host SNL by train. In the mid-80s, Madden was a frequent rider on Amtrak's Lakeshore Limited. Amtrak let the famous customer use the dining car at any time. However, beginning in 1987, Greyhound Bus Lines supplied him a custom MCI bus and drivers for 3 years in exchange for advertising and speaking events.
Nice. So maybe they shouldn't have let him use the kitchen anytime he was on the train.
Anytime. 3 a.m. You know what I want? Boom, waffles.
A little self-control might have done him some good. Just saying.
I hope that Madden sticks around for a little while.
I love Madden. John Madden is by far my favorite sports football broadcaster of all time. I mean, I know Howard Cosell, and he was amazing, but like for me growing up, John Madden was football. Like if I heard John Madden and Pat Summerall talking about the game, I knew I was watching the good game. It was the big game, and Madden was a guy that everybody like you got your A teams now, your Aikman and Buck and those guys, and there's always people that either love him or hate him. Madden was one of those guys that nobody hated.
Yeah, he was because real hard to hate.
He was he was very knowledgeable, but he's very charismatic.
He's a jovial guy. He knew a lot about the game. He brought along the Fox Skadoodle, which I always loved.
Well, and see, that's the problem is a lot of the people, the coaches types and all that, they know the game and they know the X's and O's in and out, but that their personalities weren't really good enough to be on air to make that something that the average person would be into. And Madden did all that, and he would even symbolize complex things, and he would turn it into things you could relate to. Like he starts talking about weird formations and stuff, and then he's explaining out and putting it in layman's terms. The next thing you know, he's showing a picture of a barbecue grill next to it. He's like, it's like when you have your corn and your ham right here.
You got the
and
thing
then you got
over
the
here.
running back, and he does all, and you're like,
it all
dude,
makes so much sense.
Yeah, John Madden was just that guy, and that's and then of course the Madden football game gig probably set him over the top. But, but John Madden was. I mean,
that's why he had access to all those kitchens. He had steak money. Basically had T-bone money.
Well, he liked to eat. I'm pretty sure. Like all the Thanksgiving hullabaloo and all that they do at the 12-leg turkeys and all the stuff, the gobblers and all that. I feel like John Madden was like one of the founding fathers of that kind of stuff. Like, because they always did the Thanksgiving game on Fox and usually the Cowboys. Occasionally they do a Lions game, but not usually. And they'd be on there and usually he'd be like, all right, now I got my John Madden turkey, and it'd have like 6 turkey legs on it. And so I think he's the guy that started, and then CBS and everybody else picked up, and then fools like Phil Simms tried to do their gobbler version and all that. Phil Simms he couldn't hold John Madden. Yeah, I hate Phil Simms.
Jockstrap.
But it's not because he played for the Giants. He's an idiot by himself. I like Aikman. He played for the Cowboys, but I like Aikman as an announcer.
I like Aikman as an announcer too.
I like Tony Romo's announcement.
I liked Aikman. See, that was the era that I was a Cowboys fan. Was the Aikman era?
Yeah,
the good years, I guess, so to speak. But
yeah. Well, that's a lot of people. Like my mom, my wife grew up, like in those
the era of the boys, the
Emmitt
Bills,
Smith.
the Bowl, that whole thing.
Of course, when she was a young girl, I don't know. Has she told this story on the radio? I don't know if she has. Her father, her biological father, his first name is Roger. And so there was, I guess, a time where Kim was little and she flew in a plane for the first time from dad to mom kind of thing. And so they how they, with the kids, you get unaccompanied, they put the little tag on you, fly, and all that. So they did all that to her. But for some reason, she was like doing Dallas Cowboys cheers in the aisle and stuff, and telling all the kids that her dad was Roger, and everyone thought it was Roger Staubach.
Oh, really?
And so by the end of the flight, half the plane thought that she was Roger Staubach's kid.
That's cool. Dang. She catfished a whole plane at, what was like 4, I'm guessing?
I guess when Roger Jones showed up, that wasn't quite the excitement. That,
hey, wait, what happened? I don't know why, but when you said it, it literally just reminded me of when you said her biological father. Shaquille O'Neal had a song back in the 90s called My Biological Didn't Bother.
It sounds like a warm, heartfelt song.
I know, it just reminded me of that title. My Biological Didn't Bother.
Shaq sang.
Shaq was
I know he did movies and stuff, but I know
Shaq rapped. Shaq rapped for a good portion of the 90s. You don't remember the movie Kazam?
I remember the Kazam, but I don't remember him actually rapping.
Yeah, he rapped in it.
I don't think I saw Kazam. Now, in all fairness, I think I saw 5 minutes. I said no.
Shaq Fu.
I saw the Blue Steel one, or which one did he did? I saw the Blue Chips one that he did.
I'm assuming Shaquille O'Neal is a clean rapper.
Yo, I want to dedicate this song to Philip Arthur Harrison, word up, because he was the one who took me from a boy to a man.
90s.
So as far as I'm concerned, he's my father, because my biological father.
That's not good.
By the way, proof positive, my Shaq's pretty spot on.
Yeah?
Just saying.
See? Well, you remember that. That's pretty, you were giving me, I remembered that obscure stuff last
That's the thing. I remember random obscure, 90s rap songs by Shaquille.
See, mine's a decade before you.
There you go.
That's what it is.
We were inverted.
Don't get me Top Gun in there, because I'll shred that thing. My wife, to this day, will not watch Top Gun with me.
Really? Well,
she loves that movie.
She needs to watch it alone. I totally understand, as do most women.
Yeah, that volleyball scene got worn out on the VHS tape there.
I bet. By the way, right here.
That's right, Ice Man. I want to start doing that in various forums of where there's heated contention. I'm going to do that thing with the teeth, because you never see that anywhere else except for that one scene in Top Gun. Did it catch on? What? Now I want to do the behind the curtain thing, and how did that come to be? Did Val Kilmer do that as a kid when he was that was his mic drop version as a kid, with the teeth? I think that's what was going on. All right, it is 9:43. I chased away Sean, so let's go ahead and pause for some news of the local variety, your Sean Hannity update, town hall business update, quick break, and then we'll chit-chat for a couple minutes before we turn things over to Travis and Sexton. But quick break. We'll be back.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. New Mexico Lieutenant Governor Howie Morales says the state will step in to ensure a timely chili harvest after growers and producers raised concerns about an inadequate supply of labor. Morales said Wednesday that the state will funnel up to $5 million in federal pandemic relief money toward enhanced wages for laborers who harvest New Mexico's renowned green and red chili crop in the late summer and early fall, along with cabbage and onions as well. Some Republican state lawmakers this week urged the state to cut off its $300 weekly federal supplement to unemployment benefits. The state's largest public university will require students, faculty, and other workers to be fully vaccinated for COVID-19 by the end of September, while its second largest university will implement the mandate only for staff. The University of New Mexico mandate, announced Monday, is subject to limited exemptions. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
I thought we still lived in a free country. What about doctor-patient confidentiality? Do you care about that? Do you care about constitutional rights? Do you care about liberty? Care about freedom? I do, but not in New York, because if you want to go in and dine indoors, you want to go to a gym, you want to pretty much do anything inside. Even now, they're saying companies, you won't get vaccinated. They're firing people. They're firing nurses that were on the front lines for the entire time. Even nurses that got COVID trying to save other people that have natural immunity, T-cell immunity. That would be the science of the Cleveland Clinic. But we're not following the science. They only follow the science when it's convenient to follow the science.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It looks like the monsoon will be cut off for a little while, so we get sunshine today. Afternoon highs 90 to 95. Overnight will be clear with mid-60s and then warming up a little bit tomorrow. Looks like mid-90s for the whole area and lots of sun. Looking at the weekend, close to 100 on Saturday and Sunday, just over 100 and fair for Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Rich Thomason. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits fell last week, dropping 14,000 to 385,000.
The Labor Department reports that unemployment claims, a proxy for layoffs, dropped last week from a revised 399,000 the week before. The applications have mostly fallen steadily since topping 900,000 in early January. Before the pandemic slammed the United States in March of 2020, they were coming in at around 220,000 a week.
That's correspondent Jeremy House. Wall Street opened higher on the heels of the weekly jobs report and ahead of tomorrow's release of the monthly employment report for July. The U.S. trade deficit increased to a record $75.7 billion in June as a strengthening American economy sent demand for imports surging. With business, I'm Rich Thomason.
The Chaves County Health Hybrid Expo is this Saturday, 9 to noon. This is your opportunity to be connected with healthy resources in your community. Visit the Chaves County Health Council booths at the Chaves County Courthouse and Chaves County Sheriff's Office, or visit Chaves County Health Council on Facebook for live and recorded informational videos. Make sure you grab your scavenger hunt form at either location to be entered into a drawing for great prizes. Don't miss the Chaves County Health Hybrid Expo this Saturday, 9 to noon. For more information, visit Chaves County Health Council on Facebook.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
As a young teenager, my favorite running back was Walter Payton. For much of his career, he played on a team that was less than spectacular. He was often the best, if not the only option on the Chicago Bears offense. Over his career, he ran the ball for over 9 miles, an amazing accomplishment in the NFL. What's even more amazing is that he was knocked down by someone usually substantially bigger than him every 4 yards. Ever feel like that? You get going strong and wham, you get knocked down. In life, we have many moments where we're knocked down. Loss of a family member, betrayal by a friend, a recent breakup. We have a choice to make, to either give up or get up. Walter Payton would get up and be ready to do the same thing again, knowing he was going to get whammed. On Sunday morning at Country Club Road, we're going to talk about having the faith to get up after we've been knocked down. I hope you'll join us.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service also allows me to be there for my community in ways others can't. I help my hometown recover after nature strikes. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country and those I care about safe from threats. I also work with a network of professionals that help me succeed. Also, the Army National Guard's education benefits make getting a higher education a reality. Being an Army National Guard soldier makes living and serving in my community more rewarding every day. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flink. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:51. Got a few minutes here before we wrap up today's show. Unfortunately, we had our guests kind of cancel this day. They had an emergency, so we couldn't. So you get more of me today. Sorry about that. Some are like, gosh, please bring the guests back soon. But for those that like my weird brand of humor, well, you get more of it today. Speaking of, for folks, we were talking yesterday about the Karate Kid, the Cobra Kai show on Netflix. Well, I just saw a few minutes ago on Facebook, 50 minutes ago, the Netflix Facebook page released a 30-second video saying that Cobra Kai Season 4 will be coming to Netflix this December. So, all you Cobra Kai fans out there, you will be satisfied with a new season this December. Doesn't say when in December, but it does say this December. So, good news, Cobra Kai fans. This December, it'll be coming back there. That's good. Hey, don't forget that this Saturday, actually we'll have the ladies in tomorrow to talk about it, but this Saturday is the Chaves County Health Expo 2021, put on by the Chaves County Health Council. It is the third annual event. This year will be a hybrid event. So they'll have, and what they mean by hybrid is some of it will be virtual and some of it will be in person. The virtual side you will be able to access via the Chaves County Health Council's Facebook page and their YouTube channel. If you like and follow them on Facebook, and then follow them on or go find them on YouTube, there, you'll be able to watch the videos and stuff they'll have presented for you on Saturday. They will also have in-person drive-through booths set up at what I'm calling the domes. They're going to have two different locations that you can go to. We'll find out tomorrow if there's different things at different locations or same thing at both. I'm not sure. When we have the folks from the Health Council tomorrow, we'll ask that information. But so at the Dome, so they're going to have stuff on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn here downtown, and then they'll also have drive-through and pickup events at the Chaves County the Chaves County Admin Building. 1 St. Mary's Place. So that's why I say the two domes, the two green domes. That's where everything's going to be happening. Again, it's the third annual Chaves County Health Expo. It's happening this Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Again, on the Chaves County Health Council's Facebook and YouTube channels, as well as drive-through and booth events at the Chaves County Courthouse lawn and Chaves County Admin Building. So that's all this Saturday. Yeah. And it's great because it's a great way to get information, screenings, all. They do have a lot of great information and a lot of great stuff that you can get through there. Let's see. What else do we want to mention? Oh, yeah. And, of course, don't forget this Saturday, as is every Saturday through October 9th, is the Main Street Roswell's Downtown Farmers Market every Saturday morning from 7 to 11 on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn. For folks that watch the show regularly, you might notice our beautiful quilt. That is the wall quilt that's been on display behind me here. You can see it for yourself in person up close Saturdays out at the farmers markets. But American Legion Post 61 family, they are auctioning this off. They're selling tickets, $5, for this beautiful handmade quilt, wall quilt. It was made by our Post 61 family, all hand stitched. And matter of fact, if you see the 4 stars in the corner, those 4 stars came off of flags. Retirement. We had a flag retirement ceremony back in June, and I believe, but don't quote me, that these flags may have came off some of the retired flags from Memorial Lawn Cemetery as well. So don't quote me on that. But anyway, they're auctioning us off for $5 for a ticket. You can buy tickets at the farmers market this Saturday and every Saturday. They'll do the drawing in October after the farmers market for it. And then all the proceeds go back to American Legion Post 61, where we're working on our various projects like our scholarships, which, by the way, the deadline to get the applications for that in are coming up quick here. Go to roswelllegion.org to find the application there if you're student that has military connections via family or something, you can apply for the scholarship. And then also things like, one of our adopted projects at Memory Lawn. By the way, big thank you to all the folks that have volunteered and stepped up to help out at Memory Lawn Cemetery. The American Legion Post 61 adopted that as a project and put the call out for help, and we've had the public come, and it looks 1,000% better than the storms had really. I mean, it's been a long project, but with all that rain, it really got bad out there. So they've cleaned all that up, and they're working to do more and getting all that stuff, and stay up to date on when they have more events. I'll tell you when we do our next cleanups and things like that. But big thank you to everyone that came out. We had the community that just that aren't affiliated with American Legion Post 61. Just maybe they have family members there. They have a vested interest in that cemetery, as a lot of locals here do. And to step up and help get that thing better shape than it was before. And we're not done. We got more stuff going on. It's really it's just an interesting thing. I know it's sad all around what's happened out there, but it's a series of unfortunate events. It's really it's changed hands ownerships, and then they've invested money into landscaping and irrigation, and people stole and destroyed a lot of the irrigation stuff, so the plants didn't get watered and they die, and so there's a lot of that going on. But all of that's being worked on to be rectified and things like that. But big thank you again to those folks in the public that have stepped up and been out helping and pitching in out there these last couple of weeks. And thank you for your service, and thank you for doing that. There's a lot of I don't know how many grave sites are out there total, but I've been told like 260 some veterans call that cemetery home. I believe that's the number I heard. But it's something we're working on. But anyway, $5 if you'd like to, when you come out, get you your great produce and things. Swing on by the American Legion Post 61 booth. Chip in $5 for this, and you can lie. We won't tell anybody if you win it, and then you tell everybody you made it yourself. I won't out you. You do your thing. Now you might be in trouble if someone requests you make one for them, but you do you on that one. I won't tell. You're helping us out, so we appreciate that. Also, don't forget, speaking of Main Street Roswell, this Friday is First Friday for the month of August, and they'll have their First Friday downtown market tomorrow. We will have Marie Manning in tomorrow morning, I believe, in the 9 o'clock hour. I think we're going to have the folks from the Health Council in the 7 o'clock hour tomorrow, or the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow, and then in the 9 o'clock we'll have the Marie from Main Street Roswell. So we'll talk more about First Friday, but that is tomorrow. Main Street Roswell downtown. Things kind of go on all day, but officially about 5:30 to about 8 is when everything happens. But Marie will join us in the morning and talk all about First Friday. So put that on your calendars as well too. So First Friday tomorrow night, Farmers Market Saturday morning. Got a lot of things happening there. All right, that's going to wrap up us and today's show. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of your day. I very much appreciate that. I hope you understand that. And if you missed any part of the show, you can go back and check it out, ksvptv.com. We'll be back 7 a.m. bright and early tomorrow. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Have a great day. We'll talk to you bright and early tomorrow. Stay warm or cold or something.